What's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's number one urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it's a great Monday morning, but guess what? The weather is crazy outside. I don't know what's going to happen. I hope we don't have a power outage or something, a surge or something. So let's pray for that. But hey, it's Monday, y'all. It's a lot of stuff that happened over the weekend. Oh my goodness, I got some stuff to share with y'all. We got a guest coming up today. But first of all, you know what I have to start doing today. I have to. In the beginning of the show, I always have to acknowledge the first 5 people that sign on to the Chop Shop. And let me tell you who those people are today. Hold on 1 second. Let me get to the top. Rod Wales, Mindy Collins, Status Moody, Little Rick Wilmore, and Alex Sistero. Not Costero, Sistero. Alex, I got it, baby. I read, Alex. Thank you. For correcting me. My sixth woman of the day is who is that? Brandy Nickerson. What's up, Brandy? And let me shout out to everybody because it's Monday. What's up? What's up, Dale? What's up, Chris? What's up, Kimberly? Kim Jackson. What's up? She on both feeds. She got it going on. Who is this? Rick Brown, Marissa, Sonia Billingsley. Who else? Let me. T.R. Holmes, Kevin Allen is in the building. I know y'all got a lot to talk about. These playoffs is crazy. Hey, these playoffs crazy, right? Hey Gina, what's up? Miss Lofton is in the building. Who else we got? You know how I have to look at everybody. Trey Phillips, what's up? Trey, man, we might not have time today, but Trey, I got some in my notes, man. We got to talk about Trey, about women's basketball. Gary Sinclair, let me see. What's up, Paul? Paul Miranda. Russell Van Landingham is in the building. What's up, Coach Fee? Who is it? Doug Jones. Oh, Doug Jones did his thing this weekend. What's going on, baby? Hey, Karen. Boy, when I see Karen Thomas, y'all, I just light up. Great friend of mine. Her and her family. Unbelievable. See you, Landon. But let me tell you something. Do me a favor. Let's share the show right now. Before we go any farther, let's share the show. Let's share it to your friends. Text tag, tell somebody that the Chop Shop is on right now. And let them know, y'all. We do this intentionally. We intentionally every day, Paul Miranda, walk in the messiest intersection of the world, the intersection of race, sports, summer basketball, politics. We talk about everything. And guess what, y'all? We talk about it, we be about it, we get up and dust our hands off about it, and then we come and try to find solutions. Let me tell you something, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, I got emails. We're finding solutions out here. People, parents, people are finding solutions because they're watching this show. And y'all are part of this show. So share it right now because it got some great stuff. I just don't want to repeat again that we got to talk about. What else we got? Let's see how I'm going to start it. This is how I'm going to start the show. First of all, I just want to say happy birthday. Happy birthday to my girl, Patti LaBelle. And I didn't put it up there. I hope I got it in my notes. I didn't send it to myself. But Patti LaBelle, I'll show it tomorrow. I did everything but that. They was telling me this morning, I saw a tweet this morning. I don't know if you knew this or not, but Patti LaBelle's group, it used to just be LaBelle. She had 2 other girls in her group. Was the first African-American vocal group featured on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. Happy birthday to you, Patti LaBelle, today. Hey, Pam Ellis, we got rained out yesterday. Yes, I saw you. I saw it. We got rained out for the polo match. And let us know when it's going to be, rescheduled. Let me see what else I got, y'all. Got a lot of stuff. But you know what? I got to share this with you, especially something happened over the weekend. And I saw this and I got to share this with you. I should have put it at the top of my text, but I didn't. But something happened this weekend. I get to share with y'all. This young lady put a post up, and 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 it just touched me. Doug, it touched me. Yes, we're gonna talk about summer basketball. We finna get in all that, but this touched me, y'all, cause this could have been any one of us. Okay, check this out. Young girl, she had a text. She said, "I was not sure at first if I wanted to share my testimony. Yes, no, I don't have an Under Armour shirt, uh, 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 Kevin Freidman. I have an Amherst College shirt on that happens to endorse or be endorsed by Under Armour. It's the first time I ever did this on the show. But Amherst College is a college I want to recognize today before I get into this. College I want to, since somebody said it, it's a college I want to recognize. A D3 school in Boston, Massachusetts. Go Google it, mamas. Go Google his dad. The head coach is a great friend of mine. The head coach, it used to be Robert's college coach, my son college coach. He sent this to me. And I like the shirt. It feels good. But it's an Amherst College, Boston, excuse me, in Massachusetts. It's Amherst, Massachusetts. Check it out. And high academic school, D3 school, might be an opportunity for one of our kids. That's why I'm wearing this shirt for a reason. Okay? Wearing this shirt for a reason. Go look it up. Now, let me tell you about this young lady. Just blew my mind over the weekend. She said, I was not sure at first if I wanted to share my testimony because I was embarrassed and scared, but somebody out there needs to hear this. For almost all the years of my high school, I was homeless. I could literally fit all of my belongings in a high school locker. Now we got a clown on here trying to teach somebody a lesson. A clown that probably didn't even haven't heard of the damn school before. But I'm gonna let him clown because it's important. I'm gonna clown his ass as soon as I get off. But excuse me, track. She said track was my track was my saving grace, and only escape from reality I would face after practice, meets, and school. I wanted to give up so many times, y'all. I felt like a failure at a young age because I could only contribute so little to help my mom out. My mom would work tirelessly day in and day out, 3 jobs to feed us and put gas in her car to keep me going to school. When I was being recruited for track, she said, I had known nothing about Prairie View A&M, but they were the only school that I told my situation to. I was offered a full athletic scholarship and graduated high school while living in a shelter without my mom. So if you out there battling with things out of your control, please keep going. Keep fighting. And don't give up. Because you never know when your blessing is coming and how much you'll be blessed if you keep pushing. Thank you, Prairie View, for accepting me. Thank you to those who did not know my situation, but would check in on me. And thank my mama, who did not give up on me, even when I wanted to give up on myself. Lastly, thank you, God, for not letting me go and sticking by my side all these years. Young girl said my mom was homeless still till about a year ago, but a miracle She paid off her debt and is able to get into an apartment complex. This young girl name is Kat, the Earth Soul Cat, Prairie View A&M. I'm looking at her Twitter bio. I don't know her whole name because I went through all of her social media stuff and couldn't find her whole name. Y'all remember when I tell you these kids, somewhere on your thing, put your whole name. Put your whole name on there. You know, because I wanna shout out to you right now. I don't know your whole name. Kat, K-A-T. So if anybody knows that young lady, let her know, man, the Chop Shop has her in a price. Let me hold up. I got something for y'all too. Pictures of her. This is her. Let me put them up on. This is the young lady right here. Graduated. Prairie View. Homeless. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Y'all, we got situations like this. That's why I don't have time for them clowns who be on here clowning with all that. That's why, you know, you follow me? That's why, you know, I'm gonna let them pass because, you know, the giraffe shouldn't be worried about what the turtle is saying anyway. You know, they can occupy the same space and at the same time, but everybody understands giraffe got a higher view, okay, and got a different vision because he eats from the top of the trees. The turtle eats from the ground. They can occupy the same space, but have two different views. And I tell anybody, the only thing I have problem with the giraffe is when he subjects to the opinions of a turtle. So, but girl, I had to share that with y'all. This is we got a young lady named Pam Ellis on this air on this show right now. She came on the show a few weeks ago talking about Smart Girl Foundation, how she helped these young girls. You know, even if they have problems at school, they say they have somebody to talk to them. Even if they have financial problems, they'll send. If it's right, they'll send it. I mean, send her, help her financially. It's unbelievable, and I mean, I'm telling you, I'm trembling right now. I'm trembling really on the inside right now because that's a great. That's just I mean. Just think about it, y'all. Young girl got through college. Got through college. Unbelievable. Now, let me go. Let's see where I want to start. It's just so much stuff I can start with. But guess what? Over the weekend, trying to see high school basketball. I got some high school basketball I kind of want to share with y'all before Jimmy get on here. And I got some pro basketball. What happened over the room? What happened over the weekend? What do y'all think about those first games? What happened to the mighty Lakers? What happened to y'all? Know Chris Walker is not gonna sign in. If Chris Walker signed on this show today, he's not the Chris Walker that I know. He's not. You don't have to, but y'all got to realize, always remember that these first games, and I learned this a long time ago. The series don't start until someone has lost at home. The series don't start until someone has lost at home. And I'm just, what do y'all think about what LeBron did? I'm just going through my notes. Hold up, I'm just going through some notes. He went to a party this weekend, and everybody was talking about, oh, LeBron should have been suspended. Boy, the NBA came out with something for y'all today, though. And somebody was calling me complaining about Anthony Davis this morning. And I want y'all to check this out. Hey, Mr. Chapman, Miss Chapman, C. Boogie Chapman. Let me tell you what I found out this morning. Share the show right quick. Somebody told me top 10 talent, Robert, do not translate to being a top 5 player. Where is the rest? What do y'all think about that? They was talking about Anthony Davis now. And Kim Jackson. It's unbelievable, Kim Jackson. I forgot you like the Lakers. It's just one game. And the Lakers didn't lose. And what I saw though, Kim, the Lakers were favored to lose that game. What's his name? Phoenix was the overdog, I guess, was favored to win that game. The Lakers is favored to win the series, but that particular game, Phoenix was favored to win by Vegas. You know, I'm just. So where all the Lakers people at? Y'all don't have to be quiet. It's okay. Zion, Ja Morant, he won. Oh, he won on the road. They beat Utah. Guess what? But Utah did not. And I know Jimmy gonna come back and talk. I don't want to talk too much about this. Kelton, I done found out. Now I understand why you always agreeing with Chris Walker. See, some of y'all Laker fans, and listen to me, y'all. I used to like the Lakers. I liked Magic Johnson. I liked Byron Scott. Showtime. I was out there with Robert Horry. I lived out there. I was going to all the games. But I'm gonna tell you, I even liked them when Lonzo Ball was playing. But when they got rid of Lonzo and brought all of that other stuff in, I just didn't like them no more after that. I'm serious. And I just didn't like them, I just didn't like them no more. And but that's okay. But it ain't bad. Somebody keep telling me this, and I keep hearing this. Playoffs are all about matchup. What do they mean about that? Landon, Walter Yates. What do these people always, they don't ever explain it. They always talk about playoffs are all about matchups. So if you posted that over the weekend, tell me what you mean about it. Then I got a question for y'all, another question. What would be a terrible final for you? What two teams, if they get in the final, you'll say, man, I ain't watching it. I'm just curious. I'm curious. Boy, I love Fob. See, this is why I love Fob. Fob, that's exactly what I was thinking. They heard somebody else say it because they never explained it. Now, Utah and the Bucks. Landon, I didn't want to say that, but Utah and the Bucks. Yes. Who else? Who are Clippers against anybody? Come on, C Boogie. I'm with Cam. I'm a LeBron fan. I go where he go. Okay. See, I like that. Y'all like LeBron. Denver in the Heat. Yeah, that'll be a terrible one. Thank you, Axel. I wouldn't like that one either. But I definitely wouldn't like Utah and the Bucks. I would like the Sixers. Anytime the Sixers, y'all got to understand. Just me personally, Carrie. I got friends with the Sixers. So I'm enjoying the Sixers. Matter of fact, I was invited to the games this weekend. But I'm just trying to wait, man, before I get to going doing it. Did you see all those fans in New York? Did you see those fans telling Trae Young? Did y'all see? I got a question for y'all. Is that too many people all in one spot right now? Memphis looked good, or it was without Donovan Mitchell that they looked good. Because you got to understand, if Donovan Mitchell was there, he would answer when Ja answered. Barry said he liked that Under Armour shirt. No, don't welcome me to the club. And Barry, this is not an Under Armour shirt. I repeat. I'm going to repeat that throughout. So anybody want to take a clip of this and send it to Nike. This is not an Under Armour shirt I have on, Jacoby. This is a tribute and a shout out to Amherst College in Massachusetts, the Massachusetts area, in the Boston area. A friend of mine is the head coach there, and guess what? He sent me some gear, and I told him if he sent it, I'll wear it on the show. And it's the first time I ever wore Under Armour with Under Armour tag on the show, but it's I'm not covering the sign up. No, hell no, I'm not covering that sign up. I don't want my stuff to. My name. Excuse me, Nike don't pay me to do that. I ain't got. I'm not Michael Jordan. Okay, they didn't buy me no plane. So yes, it's a unique university. Look it up, Amherst, Division III school, and great friend of mine happened to be the head coach there. And just to let you know, you got a lot of options, y'all. But back to where was that? What was that? I got a trivia question for y'all. Because I know Jimmy and them gonna be on in a minute. I got a trivia question for y'all. I got one for you. Let's see who gonna answer this. Bob, he done came on, man. But I'm about to answer. Jimmy's in the green room right now. I got it. Where's my trivia question there? I got it. Hold on. All right. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Paul Miranda, you better be glad I don't have your telephone number, because I text you something real good right now. But Jimmy, let me see, can I get you in there, Jimmy? Oh my God, Jimmy, you look like, I'll text you something real, but you that important. I ain't got your number. Good. I got you. Damn, Jimmy, you look like a ghost over there, man. Shake it off, Jimbo. Shake it off, Jimbo. Hold up. What is going on over there? I don't know. It's just a little dark. Let me give you another background. Let me give you another background, and maybe it'll look better. Let me just put something back there lighter. Yeah, Jimmy, do me a favor and clean your lens off. Clean your lens off. Clean your lens off right quick, Jimmy. Yeah, let me get him off the screen, because that looks terrible. Hold up, let me put this guy's number in my phone with his tough ass. I got it. 734-5626. I got you, bro. I got you. Let me see, can I get you in now, Jimmy? No. It's just, I forgot. Is it raining over there in your area, Jimmy? Say something, Jimmy. Say something.
Man, you got me looking like.
You got yourself looking like that.
You got me looking like we on Mevo.
Yeah.
got me looking like Mevo.
Hey, your camera. Yeah. Hey, look at this camera. All you gotta do is look at the camera. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's just maybe your system over there. Maybe it'll cool up. It'll cool up in a minute. Yeah, I'm Kwame. I'm Kwame Hatter. I'm gonna be Kwame Hatter today. But Jimmy, man, a lot of stuff happened. But I got a trivia question, Jimmy. I want to share with these guys right quick before we finish. Prior to yesterday, saw this morning. What was the last team to score fewer than 100 points and beat LeBron James in a playoff game? Not you, Jimmy. I know y'all on a 10-second delay. Who was the prior to yesterday now? Not yesterday. What was the last team to score fewer than 100 points and beat LeBron James in the playoffs in a playoff game? Nope, wasn't the Spurs. Well, wait a minute. Where is Nope. Keep going. Where is my girl Kim? Who is that said they follow LeBron? Jimmy, I got somebody that said, I follow LeBron everywhere he go. I follow LeBron where that fan at? Kerry Holmes, the man. Kerry Holmes, Boston. What year was it, Kerry Holmes? What year was it? I can tell you. Hey, don't be texting. Don't be trying to text me. Put it on the screen. Somebody texting me, Jimmy. I already know it. Don't be telling me. Put it on the screen. Jimmy. Jimmy. It was the Boston Celtics 2018 Game 5. They beat them 96 to 83. I think they beat Cleveland 96 to 83 was the final score. Jimmy, what's up, baby? What you got going on? You'll get better. I think the weather over there messing you up a little bit right now, but we'll get better. Make it happen. What you got? You still? Okay, well, let me keep going in what I got to say then. But over this weekend, y'all, to me, it was an incredible lineup of sports. Man, I don't remember the time I just stayed around and watched, whether it was raining. It helped out a lot now. They had the Premier League final. They had the Monaco Grand Prix. I watched that. Championship. Then they had the PGA Championship. Phil Mickelson won. They had the Stanley Cup playoffs. They had the NBA playoffs. They had the NWSL. They had the WNBA, Jimmy. They had the MLB. They had the MSL. They had Liga MX. They had Serie A. Then they had League One. All these soccer matches all over the world. It was crazy, crazy, crazy. A crazy weekend, man, of sports, man. But while Jimmy get ready, I did want to let y'all know on yesterday in history, this show called Shuffle Along was the first African-American hit musical comedy to premiere on Broadway. It was composed by Eubie Blake and lyricist Noble Sissle, which featured an all-black cast and was the most significant achievement in black theater of its time. And I think they had a thing for it up there. I was gonna put it up there. Maybe I found it. Here it is. That's what it was called. Shuffle Along. 1921. Oh my God. That's Black History, y'all. Look it up. So Jimmy, what you got, man? What you got? I know we got a guest coming on at halftime. What you got?
Oh, it's trying to get. Of course, the weather is crazy. And there's flooding around various parts of Houston as we speak right now. It doesn't take nothing but a drop out the sky to make it flood in some parts. NBA basketball. Let's get in it first of all. We got a lot of stuff because NBA is going to take a nice chunk of our conversations because of so many great games this past weekend from Saturday and Sunday. But first, want to where do we go first with this? See, somebody posted about Julio Jones football. Yeah, he's gone. Every city, think about it. Houston Texans aren't the only city that has problems with their most recognized, coveted player. Yes, Houston, Deshaun Watson. He's gone. It just he's what you call dead man walking right now.
Julio?
He just walking. He's no. All three of them. Deshaun Watson is first. He's gone.
You mean dead millionaire walking? Dead millionaire walking.
Dead millionaire walking. Julio Jones, he's gone. Now Julio had the gall to actually say, "I'm done. I'm gone." So now the thing is, when you say it, the player, you basically, when you say it publicly in that manner, it don't normally work out the way NFL players want to. Black NFL players, put it like that. When you say it publicly, Aaron Rodgers, he's going to be gone. Everybody, I mean, just a matter of finding the suitor. Nobody's going to give away your prized commodity as loosely for
J-
pennies on the dollar.
Jimmy, I think he might come back.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
See, you remember he ain't
But
said nothing. He might come back.
well, I mean, understand.
He might.
Terry Bradshaw didn't do any favors to the Green Bay Packers when he came out with his strong opinion and doubled down on it. And about Aaron Rodgers basically being a crybaby and whining and blah 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 and go suck it up, get with the team. Normally, and that's kind of that's what we call a hashtag WOWC, white on white crime. But we're not gonna. That's because it's rare. Now that's some football stuff in regards to that. We got grassroots basketball stuff. Give us a shout out, guys. Doug Jones. He's on the Facebook feed right now. He successfully completed the daunting task of operating a grassroots event this past weekend. Remember, anybody can put on one, but to operate one successfully, pretty much, and overcome a visible flaw, a visible occurrence, a problem, and you have the ability to solve it. That is what defines the event operator. For example, in Doug's Dozen Classic, which took place this past weekend at Crosby High School and the middle school, 5 courts. Well, on Friday night, Hatter, a kid was throwing a pass and it hit the light fixture up top, busted open the casing, and it was dangling from the ceiling. At that point, the coach, out of caution, we don't know that thing was going to fall. It was hanging by a wire. Says, hey, no more games on this court right here until we get a lift that can, or somebody, a maintenance guy that can come and fix this. However, it's a weekend. A weekend which, less than 12 hours notice. They couldn't find a lift. The coach ended up solving the situation overnight, and they resumed play. But and meanwhile, Doug was willing to, had already got together and put together the schedule to supplement those games on other courts. That's problem solving. So that means you got it, and all of the notes that he takes, and from watching the JRB events, from the RCS sports events, you're able to implement some of that stuff. You running an event, guys, is like being a fireman in the sense of being on call. You never know when something is going to call you to come and solve it. That's what I meant. Being an ambulance driver. I mean, not in the sense of life or death, no, but I'm talking about as far as the sense of being on call. So shout out to them, all of the teams that supported Doug Jones, and of course, 50 great opportunity. Now, the thing is, I'm noticing something, and we all have noticed something this past summer. There's an abundance of teams that have taken multiple trips to Dallas to play in tournaments. A lot of occasion, these teams are going up to Dallas and even playing other Houston teams, right? So now you come back and you say, well, that's an expense and a drain on a lot of your parents. At first, it sounds sweet and good. And remember, I asked you, what is the purpose, the reason behind a lot of teams deciding to go here or go there or play here or play there? Is it exposure? Is it just to get the hell away? Is it just to get some competitive action? Different levels. Or is it, what if you're going for exposure? So basically, you're saying you're going to travel out of town and pay a couple of $1,000s to get 2 kids tweeted about. I promise you, if you offered the event operator half of that much, hell, some will do it for $500. They'll tweet about them same kids, and you ain't got to even go. But economics, but at the end of the summer, to get to July, you bundling up on an average summer, not this summer, but on an average summer, you're bundling up kids, you're doubling up instead of 2 to a room, it becomes 4 or 5 to a room, and you start talking about budgets. And so then, well, this is a reason. If you're talking about exposure, if you want to go play against main teams, many of you guys are going out of town, you're playing 9 o'clock in the morning. One team, how do you remember that? They played at 9 o'clock Saturday morning, didn't play again till Sunday afternoon. Know what that meant? That meant on doing that schedule, you forced the team to travel and stay in the hotel Friday night just to play at 9 in the morning. Then they don't play again all the way to Sunday. So I mean, they had to feed those kids twice over on those days, another hotel room, just to not play on Sunday afternoon, and you don't play the last game until 4 or 5 o'clock. Get back to Houston at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. Is that worth it? There are a lot of events. The events took place in New Orleans, I think, this past weekend. A lot of events. I think some of you guys have to be more cautious and more tactful in putting your schedule together. If your kids, you know, if you got a kid that's a top 20, top 30, top 50 kid or not, you know that. There's no live period. Most of the teams out there, the majority of your kids are, excluding the sneaker sponsored teams, most of your teams out there, the majority of your kids are not Division I, not legitimate Division I prospects right now. Most of them are not. And most of you guys that are coaching the teams played college ball. A lot of you guys played college ball who are coaching these teams. You know what a Division I or a college player, even if you didn't play Division I ball and you went to a non-Division I school, you know the talent that was on those teams. And you know what you're coaching. So why are we trying to push every kid? And that's what, and I think this is where it comes from. This is where the snubbing or the thumb in the nose at non-Division I schools come, because we're so busy going out of our way to make every kid feel like they're equal when they're in the 9th, 10th, 11th grade with for us basketball recruitability. Just because you scored 30 on Lil Johnny does not make you a better prospect than Lil Johnny. That makes you better than him on that day. I'm looking. Jacoby said it's the parents. They don't know what their child is. It's not always. Not.
No, some people, some parents don't, man. I'm telling you, man. I mean, y'all don't understand. I grew up playing basketball. I grew up around basketball. There's a lot of this grassroots stuff I did not know. A lot of it I didn't know, and y'all just expect for people to know. But if you don't have one son, you go through it at one time. And we just expect for these people to know, because this is what y'all do every day. Y'all in this grimy ass, this messy ass, grimy intersection every day. Y'all know the hooks and the crooks and all of this, the mess of this cesspool. But a lot of parents, all they thinking about is their son. To them, they can play. Man, let me tell you something. I mean, it's just, parents just gonna think different about their kid, no matter what you say, no matter what nobody else say. So I think Jacoby's right. Parents, they just don't know what their child is. They don't. But now, some of it is now. Perfect example. Thank you, Lord. We had a kid that played in Houston, played on a friend of mine's summer team. And the kid was just regular basketball, and the guy's probably watching right now. He was all right little basketball player. But his dad said, all of these colleges after him, I don't want him to go here. His dad wrote a letter to Mike Krzyzewski. I done told it on this show before, Jimmy. He wrote a letter, email to Mike Krzyzewski saying, you sleeping on my son. I got you off, Jimmy. You're sleeping on my son. Listen, this is a true story. He wound up going to junior college, then he went to college. Pretty good player. But Jamison Morrow and Jacoby, the parents, he didn't text TSU. He didn't email TSU. He didn't email North Carolina Greensboro. He didn't Florida Atlantic or one of them schools. That man emailed Mike Krzyzewski, and he was serious. He was seriously thinking his son, from what he saw on TV, his son could play a dude. No, I'm not. This is not. I'm nothing I'm laughing about. This man was serious. And that's what I think we don't understand that some of these people, Mr. Fobb, I mean, some of these parents don't know, man. And then some of these parents, they just listen to anybody, man. And people try to just assert Ed Russell aiming high had nothing to do with that. He just didn't know, because his son was never a Duke type basketball player at all. Shit, I can aim high and want to fly a jet. But guess what? I ain't finna go hop my ass in no cockpit, Mr. Russell, and try to drive that jet. I kill everybody. Hold on, and I love planes, but I ain't went to aviation school. I love to get. I promise you, I'm like a kid when I get on the plane. I always want to go in the cockpit. I got this fascination for aviation. It's just unbelievable. I don't know if y'all remember when they went up to the when the SpaceX took them people up to the moon. I was posting background pictures from images from the satellite images. But parents, parents, it's their first time around. That's why a lot of them can be taken advantage of. And that's why I promise you, when I'm on this show, all I'm trying to do is learn as much as I can to share with y'all, because I was in y'all position. Everybody thought man, it's some stuff happened one time with one of the guys on our team's recruiting, on one of the teams that I sponsor. And do you know, it had to take me later in life, and I go to dinner with this coach. That coach thought I had. See, y'all got to realize people, coach thought I just knew everything that was going on. Man, the parents, man, sometimes the last people to know. And parents, that's why I tell you, take notes. And you can't listen to everybody. I don't care how many Twitter follows they got. That don't mean nothing to me. I told y'all about that the other day. Well, Mikey got 3 million Twitter followers. I said, go watch him play. Care how many followers he got. That don't equate to you know everything about nothing. How many followers you got? And mamas and dad, I know it's hard because you said, I got to listen to somebody. You know the first thing I do, mamas and daddy, because I know a lot of them don't know. I start with my high school coach. And see, people in this community now don't have an excuse. ChopShopHTX@gmail.com. You got a direct plug to myself. You got a direct plug to Jimmy Hicks. I got a direct plug to any college coach that I want to. All I do, if I don't have the answer, mama and daddy, I'm gonna go find somebody with the answer for you. But we got people in this industry that want to keep you dumb and want to keep you ignorant. But guess what? It's a new day. If you watch this show along and share it like you don't, matter of fact, it's a good time to go over to YouTube. If you're not a YouTube subscriber, subscribe to the YouTube site. Good time. Because other parents need to hear this. I don't know. I didn't know, parents. Everybody thought I know. No, guess what? I listened. I listened to Alan Branch. I listened to Coach Henderson. I listened. And what I did, I listened to it and said, and then parents, we got to have a plan. We got to have a plan of what, that's why I've got to tell this story, Michael Smith. So a man came to me, parents. I'm going to show y'all crazy and remember I said it's the messiest and the grimiest intersection in the world, this summer basketball stuff. Somebody came to me and asked me, man, you need to let me help you with your son recruiting. Kim, somebody came to me, a guy who sponsored a summer program, whose son had been all through this, and said, let me help you with your son's recruit. If they said it to me, that's when I know y'all was ass in trouble. If I tell y'all who it was, y'all wouldn't believe it. Dude, I don't need you to help me, player. Because I got a plan. Some guy, why is it taking so long? Why is it taking so long for you to say what school you're going to? Maybe you never dealt with an Ivy League kid before. So shut up and leave my business alone. Because until you get that likely letter, you can't go. That coach can say he want me all they want to. Until that university send me this letter. No, it wasn't John Ewart. Send me this letter. We ain't gonna put that on. No. Bigger than John Ewart. Until they send you that letter, I can sit up there and say, man, my son going here. My son going. Hell no. It's a process. And a lot of people in summer basketball are not used to that process because a lot of kids that can play as good as Robert don't go to a school like that. So a lot of people in summer basketball are not used to that process. I said to myself, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna tell these people the truth. Because a lot of people just not telling y'all the truth, man. You know? Somebody said, the big question is, I'm gonna go take a break. The big question is, what can I do for the youth? Everybody's lying to them. So I just tell them the truth. Got a young kid that I mentor called me this weekend. You'd be amazed, the kids that I mentor. Let me put Jimmy, I think I'm going to put him on mute so we can't hear him. Uh, he called me all of, man, this dude didn't do this, this dude did, this. I said, slow down, young fella. Slow down, young fella. I know that man right there. That man don't know you. For him to not accept you and embrace you, it means he don't know you. You haven't done enough in your industry to warrant he knowing you. So don't get mad at him. You got to get better at what you do that makes him gotta know you. Well, I just seen him. Just cause a person has seen you around Otha Brown, Glenn Hickman, just cause a person, that don't mean they know you. Don't mean they know you. And you're going to get mad at somebody because they didn't do some things for you. And they don't even know you. They don't even know you. And you call, he knows what you should have done, young fella. This is what I told him. Should have got your ass on the phone and called me. Said, Mr. Happ, do you know something? Guess what? They'd have treated you like royalty. He found out that later. But he was all up. People. Like I told him, I had to tell him the truth. He didn't want to hear it. I said, guess what? You hadn't done enough in this business. Warrants that man to give you the VIP. In your eyes, you might grade it. Go back to these parents. In your eyes, your kid might be great. But Kevin Sampson got to think the same way. In my eyes, he might get great. But Penny Hardaway got to think the same way about it. Parents got to get smarter. And if you don't know, you don't have no excuses no more. This next cycle, this ninth grade, these kids coming out in the ninth grade, now, gonna grow up 4 years in this around the chop shop. That's why I tell you to share it. It ain't for me. I don't have no damn kid in high school playing basketball. The hell I'm on here talking about it for? It's for you. That's why you should share the show. I shouldn't even have to share the damn show. Show ain't for me. It's for you. You and your kids. Some of y'all on here, well, they ain't never helped me before, but guess what? I got thousands of emails that show that somebody has been helped. Somebody has. It's unbelievable, man. But it's hard to teach somebody something that they think they already know. It's hard. I don't know. I'm watching Jimmy on the screen. He can't come on the screen yet because some stuff happening, but we're going to take a quick break, man. Parents, I want you to regurgitate on that. But not just regurgitate. I want y'all to learn it. Because y'all, listen to me. This is what's been kind of pissing me off. Y'all been regurgitating on a whole lot of this stuff we've been giving you, but you ain't learning it. You ain't learning it. You're hearing it, but you're not sharing it with your friends. Oh, well, let her bump her head. No. It's our kids, these kids. These kids are very important. That's why I talk about guys like Alan Branch all the time, man. I sit down and told him. He's so good at memory. He knew where he was at the time we talked. Son was in the 6th grade. And I said, this is my plan. 6th grade. This was my plan. Man, I want him to go to Harvard. You know why? Because I just want him to go to Harvard. Can't a dad just want that for his kid? But I sit there, and he said, there, Robert, this is what we have to do. This is what we got to do. This is what we got to do. Came in the 9th grade. Straight A student. Had because these schools don't play. Then time him to go to the EYBL. All them tournaments, all the Ivy League coaches showed up. Parents playing. Cannon by no Memphis. That's why I went to school. Hell no. You want to go in there. Man, we got the advantage of having Jim Hicks, Chris Walker, Alan Branch, in our midst, parents. We shouldn't have to ever go through this stuff and be messed up about this summer basketball. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back in a minute. Maybe Jim he had a little mishap. I can't wait to talk to him off air. But Chop Shop, man, we'll be back in a minute. Let me find my stuff. I didn't mean to go on that long, but I just had to share that with y'all. Chop Shop, we'll be back in a minute.
The Cox Pradia Law Firm. Big city, big town, big settlement. Your fight is our fight. Need legal advice? You know who to call. Personal injury, wrongful death, car accidents, premise liability, serious injuries. 1-800-HURT-NOW. The Cox Pradia Law Firm. Big city, big town, big settlement. Your fight is our fight. Need legal advice? You know who to call. Personal injury, wrongful death, car accidents, premise liability, serious injuries. 1-800-HURT-NOW.
Gary Carter, Extra Eyes Media, the Baller Plug, and I'm talking hoops basketball with
Damian King, Jacoby Kemp.
Hey, Coach, y'all pulled out a close one against Drive Nation. Talk about what you told your kids to win that overtime game.
We put ourselves in a hole. We were really big. We put ourselves in a hole, so we just had to get out of it ourselves. We couldn't let the officials or anybody else do it for us, so we had to do the job ourselves.
Big time game winner at the end. What did Coach say in the huddle and draw up on the X's and O's?
Win. That's what he drew up, just to go get out there and make a play. That was pretty much it, man. We know we had to be tough, and we know it's gonna come down to probably a second chance bucket. So that's what it came down to.
We know your star players, but highlight some kids that really made an impact these first 2 days at the circuit.
Portland has been playing really good. He's been playing good basketball. Neffy has been coming off the bench and giving us really good minutes, playing hard, some tough rebounds and crowds. Aaron Valentine is a kid who does everything that will help you win a basketball game. He does it. He guards bigger guys. He guards point guards. He makes open shots. Like, he's the ultimate glue guy. Those are three guys that we have on our bench who really do good things that have contributed to our success.
Appreciate that, Coach. Great win, great victory. Go celebrate and go get them tomorrow.
All right, appreciate it.
That's my son. You better quit everything. You an adult. I don't think you want to start that. I don't think you want to start that. That is a child. That sits your ass there.
Did y'all see that? Did y'all? Ed Russell, I hope you're still on here, man. I know you're a man of the cloth. Man, I've been watching this stuff for 5 years. Closely, cause on this Chop Shop, and I've been talking about this for 5 years, man. Yes, that lady tried to trip that baby. Y'all got to realize now, it's some evil spirited people in this world. All you got to do is go to Congress. All you got to do is go look at what they're doing in Congress right now. I've been trying to give y'all a civic lesson. Jimmy, let me know when you're ready. I've been trying to give y'all civic lessons on it. Parents, no. You don't mess with nobody hollering at the little boy, the kid like that. Of course his mama gonna say something back to you. You don't want this? Yeah, but you went. Come on, mama. Come on, mama. Damn, Jimmy done went off the screen. Come on, mama. Then we got a lazy ass coach who didn't even move. Referee in a game. Didn't move. And I promise you, he was the first one with his hand hanging out. I don't know how y'all pay the refs, because I ain't never gave no time. I don't know how y'all pay them. Do y'all pay them before? Hey man, I'm going to keep talking about it until we get better. Keep talking about it till we get better. Oh, Jimmy, you're looking better than now. Boy, what you done done till you look a little bit better. I don't know what you, no, you done moved around. Don't move. I know what's happening. Jimmy, we back. Before our guests come on, what we got? Because I got a video I want to show y'all. Can I show a quick video, Jimmy? Since we're going to talk about summer basketball, somebody just sent me this to my email. Check this out, man. This is my boys. This Big Doug's tournament this weekend. They got what's my man name? Forever Films. Forever Films. It might be something else. So I'm sorry, Mr. Forever Films. But Chop, hold on, y'all. Check this out. Watch Doug's thing this weekend. Defenders. I kind of like them. They was trying to. Hey, Doug, did you have to put a new rim up? I know they knocked the lights out. Did you have to put a new rim up? Because them defenders look like they was trying to tear the rim down. Hey, Jimmy. They say you on mute. Okay, good. Thank you. I got him back off mute now. Yeah, now Jimmy, you good now, baby. I got it.
Yeah,
was
I'm
me,
good to
Jimmy.
go. Yeah, of course, the defenders, that was Xavier Owens and Zy Mortal, the kid number 21. He's from out of Louisiana, and and he's really, really, really talented, and got a chance to definitely both have a chance to definitely see the recruitment spike when they travel to Indiana this coming weekend.
Okay,
and like I said, I can see that, like going to the Houston Defenders, that is, they're going to an Under Armour flavored event in Indiana. Mm-hmm. Well, now that makes sense because you're going out of the region. You're playing against teams that you would not face in this region, and you're never going there again this summer.
Right.
So that means you're taking the show on the road. Uh, uh, and my question earlier was just going over and over and over. And and understand. Somebody text me and say, well, hell, some of the reasons why a lot of the teams from Houston is going to Dallas over and over and over could be because of the rift that's going on in Houston. And if they stayed, it would make some look like they choosing sides. I'm not finna fall in that bullshit with y'all again.
Yeah, Jimmy.
I'm not.
Jimmy, remember this, Jimmy. We're gonna elevate the conversation. That's some of that, Jimmy. That's some of that.
That's feeble minded.
Yes. If you think, Jimmy, when somebody told me that stuff, man, how are they forcing people to choose? I said, well, choose then. But get what I said? Choose wisely.
And after a while, your economics is going to feel the strain. After a while, just watch. It's inevitable.
Oh, man. You know what, Jimmy? You know what I've been finding out?
Keep it up over and over and over. It's inevitable. You know why? Because the initial sale to a lot of those parents, they haven't forgotten. They don't care where you are. Some of that sale was, you play with us, we're going to get you that exposure. We're going to get you ranked higher and all that. By whom? So that means what you're going to see, every team out there going to start their own ranking service. Because what's going to happen is, it's natural. If you're playing over there and the other person's over here, then how do you really expect for over there to rank you higher? That don't mean you're not going to drop. But then, as once again, if number 10 is staying at home or playing elsewhere, and number 11, 12, 13 is playing over here in front of multiple eyes over and over, then guess what's going to happen? That's what's going to happen. 11, 12, 13 are likely to do something well. It don't mean 10 just getting punished. It means 11, 12, or 13 is going to get rewarded. Period. That's how it goes.
And you know what? And I think the mess, I think we've been hoodwinked. I think some other people starting this mess. And
absolutely.
And won't there be confusion in Houston? So that's just me, because I'm watching people's comments, and I think it's some mess from the pit of hell. I think it's some. I mean, it's just some people just can't help it, man. Some people just ain't no freaking earthly good, and y'all got to really understand that. And this coming from a man that's a positive man, but I'm smart enough to know. If there's good, it's bad. If there's up, there's down. And I know it's some people with evil intentions. They don't want it to be great in Houston. We got better competition. Okay. So what? You bring in national teams. So what? What the hell has that got to do with this kid getting recruited? In Houston, Texas. So, I mean, y'all can, Jimmy, I promise you, I hadn't said this on the show, but I see it's some, let me tell y'all something. Everybody in your circle ain't in your corner. And I'm going to leave it like that. Everybody in y'all circles are not in your corners. Now, that's a word. It just came to me. Just everybody in your circles are not in your corner. So get their ass out of there. Because guess what? It's people in your circle that keeping up all of this mess. Because they going about, I tell you, that's why I love Jay-Z. I'll never get. One of his guys came back to him talking about, Jay, he was saying this about you. He was saying this about you. Jay said, well, why was he so comfortable saying it around you? Why he's so comfortable talking about me around you? I mean, your ass is complicit. That's why I don't never hear no gossip. You ain't gonna come and tell me nothing about my friend. You never gonna come tell me. Because I'm gonna shut your ass off right immediately. Say, oh, now you know I'm finna tell him what you just said. So I hope you ain't telling me nothing that can't be repeated to him. That'll stop they messy asses around here. I mean, I'm just telling you, man. I just hear so much. Sometimes, and Ed, I had to just get that off my chest. You know why? Because it was stirring up inside of me. And sometimes you just got to get stuff out. Y'all, I told y'all, just shut up. If you ain't got nothing good to say, just shut up. Shut up, man. I'm telling you. Always got something to say. Shut y'all's ass up. I'm sorry, Jimmy. Come on. The guest is late. So keep talking.
We're waiting on our guests to join us, and we're speaking of national teams.
Yeah.
And that dude, national teams have been coming to Houston for years. We're talking about this particular summer. We've had events in Houston that had national teams. We've had events in Houston this year with multiple national teams, sneaker-sponsored national teams. This year, Spring Icebreaker. So, once again, we're letting you guys know now, yes, Paul Miranda says Dallas is more centralized.
Jamie. I ain't even calling nobody. I ain't calling no names out. They know who I'm talking about. But Jimmy, before we come on, Jimmy, Glenn Hickman, I think that's a good one. Could you help Glenn? Let's not talk to them people because you remember they know it all. Glenn said, Mr. Hatter, Mr. Hicks, what happens for the kids on the lesser teams that can play but are not on the elite circuit? Kendrick Smith, I don't know who he is, and Ryan Williams, but I know you know who they are, Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
What do those kids do?
When he's asked what happens to those kids, and when they they're on lesser teams that can play. Now, here's the thing though, the Smith kid, if I'm not mistaken, he went to Milby High School and he received a scholarship. I mean, a college package from one of the schools. So he's going to go to school and get the chance to play basketball for little to nothing. Well, the thing is that circuit, there's an opportunities for those types of kids. Every kid that does well on your team, that doesn't generate and warrant that he's a Division I prospect. So that's all I'm saying is we got to stop. You don't have to feed them that. Here's my thing. Where the hell are they going to go? Have you ever thought about that? Let them go across the street. They'll come. I promise you they'll come back. I promise you they will come back. It ain't enough spots. It ain't enough.
Jimmy, our guest is on. Did I tell you? Our guest is here.
So when we continue this conversation, and of course, I want to give a correction. Of course, Michael Catt thinks that was the Icebreaker wasn't the only event in Houston that had national teams, because the event the MI3 held last month, right, in conjunction with the Houston Hoops, they had teams from across the country, California, Rhode Island, Oklahoma. That was a national event that was compact with premium exposure. The thing is, a lot of you guys, college coaches are watching a lot of these live streams at various events every weekend. They are watching. So the thing is, you guys, what are you being fooled on? What do you need? Do you need the whole entire McDonald's All-American Selection Committee in the building for you to validate in your mind? The whole damn committee ain't in Dallas. So that can't be the reason. Not to discredit Dallas. That is great because it's the state of Texas. I was just talking earlier to some Houston teams.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, but I'm just saying,
if they even communicated with each other and bypass an event operator, you still can just get a gym and y'all can do some what they call revenue sharing.
Yes.
And co-op.
Yes.
And co-op event.
And
it's like a mutual fund. You can have a mutual amount of teams. It could be 8 teams. Cut the damn pizza 8 slices.
Yes.
But then you don't trust. The trust doesn't seep outside some of your own organization. So how dare we be able to trust another guy over there? That's the thing.
Well, Jimmy, this guy here, we got
But
a fresh guest. I don't want to leave him in. They putting on his makeup. He in there putting his makeup on. Let's bring him on, man. Come on, introduce our guest.
Yeah, of course. And we have, speaking of, like I say, events and national teams and exposure in Houston, we have a guy that's going to join us right now. He's an OG in this grassroots scene. I met him almost 20 years. Well, hell, it was 20 years ago. I met him about 20 years ago, almost, when he was with the Wisconsin Playground Warriors, which were a Nike-sponsored program back in the days. Ended up going and getting getting Adidas deal. And one of the things about this, a lot of grassroots coaches, part of the allure is you see a lot of guys that come and go, and there's a lot, and that's another topic one day. How there's a lot of guys that were former grassroots coaches that went on and they got that one pro that came to the organization and they shut it down. They didn't get caught in the fly trap of staying in grassroots basketball, because this is a pawn in the chess game. They going in, and so
you're telling me the move is to get a pro and then leave? That's the move?
Hold on, it ain't that easy.
Because everybody don't get no pro.
But everybody think they got one.
Okay, all right. Okay,
that's the thing. And so without further ado, we got with us with a guy that was been there, done that, and has a hat or cap or reward or medal to show for it. And that is Ward Jenkins. He's out of Wisconsin, guys, and he's going to join us. And there he is, right there, right on cue. What's going on, Ward?
Hey, how y'all doing today, man?
Man, it's been rough on us today. No, I'm just kidding. We've been having a great time today, man. Sharing about this summer basketball, and I am so glad, because I remember the Wisconsin teams when my son used to go to the Nationals when they were younger. And y'all kids were always so much better. Y'all kids were the Garner Road from North Carolina and Wisconsin, two of the teams that I always remember. Y'all developed those kids knowing how to play. At 12 years old, they be balling.
That's interesting that you said that, because I always see David West and his team and that stuff that they do over there, and they mirror like a lot of stuff that we do in Wisconsin, that toughness and everything that like they really do. So That's funny that you said that. I have noticed that.
Yeah. Jimmy, what you got, Jimmy? Well, Jimmy, I know it's a wild hair you want to pluck. When you bring a man of this stature on the show, what's going on, man? Tell me what's going on in summer basketball, Jimmy, that you bring our distinguished guests on.
Absolutely. Ward is spearheading a project. We were talking earlier in the previous segment about national teams and national events and getting teams around the country to come in and up under one roof. And this weekend, he is doing just that. And tell us what you have going on and where this weekend.
Okay, yeah. So basically about a little bit over a month ago, man, I got the idea. My mom passed away back in January of this year. And so usually on Memorial Day, we usually go out to the cemetery, we'll see all our family members and everything. And then something just came to me like, man, I want to do something different this year and do a tournament. So we created the IMO Memorial Day Classic, and this is something that we're going to do every year. And the IMO stands in memory of. So it's in memory of whoever, you know what I mean, that you found close and dear to your heart, you know what I mean? Wow. And I decided to do this because my mom loved the fact that I did grassroots and I was always helping kids, you know what I mean? Even at our funeral, I told a story where, you know, my mom called me one day and she said she had this guy that I needed to help and he plays basketball and I should put him on my team. And I said, well, Mom, you know, what grade he in? How old is he? Well, he's 32.
But I said 32, Mom. What are you talking about? But she just felt like, she didn't know a lot about basketball, but she felt like, she knew I did basketball and I could help people. And she knew that I was helping people. So she always wanted me to help and do different things of that nature. So, you know what I mean? So I just decided to do this event, man. And we wanted to bring some of the best teams around the country. We're going to do this every year. We're going to bring 8 of the best teams that we can get to one central location. And, this year we decided to do Houston, and I think the first 2 years I want to do Houston. So I want to do something this year, build on it, and have it bigger and better next year, and just bring the top players in. So this year we reached out to a lot of players and a lot of teams, and we all can go. When Mikey Williams is going to come, so that's always an attraction. And then we got some great Texas teams involved in it. So I think it's going to be a really, really, really nice event. It's going to be at C.E. King Middle School starting this Friday. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of this week, 4 games a day. So you get to see some great basketball and just come out and support. And it's just a memory of a lot of our fallen people. Just people. This year we're gonna kind of salute some people that are a victim of police brutality and stuff. So George Floyd and, some different people of that nature. But, it's just for whoever that has had some fallen people. I think one of the teams that are involved had their coach passed away the other day. Rest in peace, Coach Lowe. And, yeah, we just want to do that, man. Bring something to Houston. Houston is a great city, a city that a lot of the teams and a lot of parents are coming because they want to enjoy Houston for the weekend. And so that's what we want to do. We want to make it a light schedule, just 1 game a day, so they can get out and see Houston and enjoy Houston and just make it a great event. So that's what we're about.
And of course, the people that you're going to honor, the IMO in memory of Classic, is going to be who again?
This year it's going to be George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery. So those are the 2 people that we're gonna have a memory of, and we're also gonna do some things for Coach Lowe, whether it's moments of silence or some other things, just to salute him. And sounds like he's done a great deal to do grassroots in his city. You meet people, and I never even talked to the man, but his assistant coaches and players on his team just talk so highly of him, that he was always doing this and always giving back, and what I mean, and that's important. A lot of guys do it. I was watching you earlier, and everybody not trying to do it just to get a pro or go to the next level, you know what I mean? And I know a lot of us didn't start out that way. I know when I got in grassroots, you know what I mean? Like, it was just about, I want to get some kids and maybe go play Division I. But the ultimate goal was just to win. We just wanted to play people from other places and win and just come back and have bragging rights to the city. So that's how we started doing AAU when I first started AAU, and then it has evolved into so many different things. And I think a lot of people get caught in the shuffle because they want to make it fit what their need is, you know what I mean, with the AAU is like, you know what I mean? So my need is I want to make money. So I want to do this and charge people this much money. And I'm not knocking that. So it's not a knock, right. But everybody wants to make it fit what their need is. And it's room for everyone to fit that way, but you can't judge everybody on the same criteria then, you know what I mean? Some guys doing AAU, they just taking people out, playing in these tournaments, trying to get you in college. I'm not trying to make you a good person. I ain't going to do the mentoring part. I ain't going to, if you call me in the middle of the night and you stole a car, I'm not getting out of my bed. You know what I mean? And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine also. So everyone does different things. You know, my program, you know, we've been more like blessed to do life skills. So I've been teaching kids life skills. You know what I mean? I deal with more inner city kids than, you know, other kids. So we have a lot of different issues. You know what I mean? So like people, I had a kid by the name of Trey Jefferson that played at TSU. I coached him since he was in 3rd grade. I had him on my team, you know, and I had him and Kevon Looney all the way up. Kevon Looney plays for the Golden State Warriors. So I coached him from 3rd grade on to now. I still coach him. I just got off the phone with him. Yeah. And people understand, like, they think that Kevon Looney is my success story, but he's not the success story. You get what I'm saying? Trey
Right.
Jefferson is the success story because Trey
Mm.
wouldn't be alive without me. You get what I mean? So people always,
Wow.
man, failure. He didn't make it to the NBA. No, he's still alive and he's not in jail right now.
Wow.
That's a story. You get what I mean?
Yes,
So
sir.
everything is judged on a way total different wavelength. You know what I'm saying? And so the biggest thing, that's what people got to understand. Like sometimes it's more about being alive. Like a lot of times, like right now, my 17U, I got a kid on my 17U that can't play basketball worth for nothing, but he was in the streets robbing people, and he told me that he wanted to change his life. And I told him, if you stay out of trouble, you start robbing people, I'm going to take you everywhere I can take you every weekend. And so the best thing for him is to be out of that city every weekend. You get what I'm saying?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Right now, he ain't going to get in the game. And I told him, what's the name? And we'll work on your game. And hopefully, and as you continue to improve and stuff, maybe you'll be able to go play junior college basketball. But the thing is, I want to keep you in the race as long as I can. You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
like,
sir.
as long stay in the race, you got a chance to win the race. The race ain't over until you out of the race. And so a lot of people don't understand the whole dynamics of everything that's going on. You know what I mean? And for him to be attached to me, to be attached to Kevon Looney, that he knows that he'll FaceTime Kevon and Kevon will talk with him and tell him, ask him, is he staying out of trouble? That means volumes. That's volumes of everything. So it's important to be able to know your purpose and know who and what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, so now I just told you what I do, but if another AAU coach don't do that, that don't mean they bad. That don't mean that's just not what they do, and that's okay. You know what I mean? A lot of people want everything to fit them, and that's just not what it's about.
And you mentioned
Coach,
those stories.
That's amazing to me, Coach. Wow. Coach, that's the first time in 30 years of being around this stuff, that's the first time I've heard a coach say, look, I got to push this kid on my team to keep him from robbing somebody. And I'm sitting there saying, unbelievable, Coach. See, that's the things the summer coaches and the summer directors, y'all don't get enough credit for. The things that y'all do to help shape our young men that a lot of people just throw away to the dogs. That's
Definitely.
why I have low tolerance for bull crap on this platform. Because
Right.
I know I'm about to bring a guy like you on. Sometimes I got to get that mess out the way. Because that you got people will come on that just try to mess with that to stop your message from
Right.
getting in, right? So
Right.
Jimmy and I as gatekeepers, and people don't understand, how do you be hard? No, y'all play too damn much.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't in that position where Coach Ward Coach Ward got a kid, he trying to keep him coming in your house.
Right.
I had a kid named Ray Turner that was on my first AAU team that I sponsored. Coach, I ain't never spent that kind of money on nobody else's kids in my life, okay?
Right.
All right, but I did it. But Coach, I saw this kid, they talking about, he went to under performing school, school in the hood. He didn't, but all I saw was a big 6'8", 240-pound dude. If he don't make it, he coming through your damn window somewhere.
Right.
You following,
Right.
Coach? So
Right.
when you do stuff like that, man, and you change, now this same guy is traveling all overseas, playing in all kind of countries, got a wife and a kid and everything, Coach.
Right.
But what if we didn't give these kids a chance?
Right.
You follow me?
Right, because see, people talk about the Kevon and want to praise me about getting Kevon in the league, and yeah, I coached him since he was third grade, and he's in the NBA, and I went out to California and I stayed with him for the first 5 years of his career, and I managed him, you know what I mean? And people want to talk about all the things, but they don't understand all the stuff that it takes to go into that. You know what I mean? They don't understand that I didn't go out there and worry about what kind of points he was gonna have or rebounds he was gonna have. I went out to California to make sure that he was in that gym every day on time, that he had to wake up. Did you eat your breakfast? Did you do this? You see, people don't understand. Oh, he's living off him, and y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. I uprooted myself to go live with him to make sure that he got up for practice every day. He had somebody to talk to when he got home, that he had somebody to show him how to go to the cleaners, how to get your suit tapered up, what you're supposed to wear, the different things of that. Like, it's just so many different things that people don't put value on and don't understand. And people don't understand that just as I manage Kevon Looney right now, I spend more time with Trey Jefferson right now, making sure that he's all right, who's I'm not going to make a dime off of or nothing. But I'm making sure that he's fine. So I have to continually talk to him. When he needs something, I have to make sure that he gets it and make sure that he's on the right path. See, people don't, this mentor thing don't stop.
Never stop.
Team, and now he ain't on your team no more. So now what's the name? Like, no, it don't work like that. It's an ongoing process,
And coach, just because he's a millionaire, they don't feel he don't have everything going. Coach, I'm gonna let Jimmy get in here, coach. Coach, you hitting all the buttons, coach. I've had to do this several times in my life. Move from my house to go stay with a professional athlete every day for months. And he tells me now, dude, I realize you was my $1 million ninja.
Right.
All of these people getting in all these troubles right now. Do you know how many of these situations you kept me out of? These Deshaun Watson situations, all these guys. Do you imagine how much money you saved me?
Right.
It's a constant thing. Jimmy, what you got, man? But it's a constant process.
Okay, in doing that, I have a question. And if you just tune into the Chop Shop, he's coming to Houston, the IMO Classic this weekend at C.E. King Middle School. And that you had missed, we'll talk about that shortly again in case if you did miss the teams he gave you and some of the top matchups that are coming down, top players or teams that are coming down. Here's the thing. In doing so, you coach Kevon Looney. You coach Trey Jefferson. For many of you guys, that name may sound familiar in H-Town. Yes, because Trey Jefferson was the star at Texas Southern University just a couple of years ago. Yeah. And when Mike Davis was the coach. Well, in doing so, this is what I want to ask you. Why do you think, because you've been there on both sides of the fence, and it's one of the rare, you're part of that magna cum laude of the grassroots coaches, a guy who's fortunate enough to be able to mentor, influence, and attract and coach and develop a young player who turns into and reaches the highest pinnacle of basketball. That's the NBA. Why do guys that do those little bitty things you just described, help show them how to tie a tie, show them how to get their clothes dry clean, get their suits tailored, show them being there just to make sure to keep some of the flies from coming through the screen door, so to speak. Why do y'all get the bad name? Why?
Because anytime when somebody controls something, people fear it. You get what I mean? So people necessarily fear that control. You get what I'm saying? So if you can control, people fear. Like right now, if you have a pit bull and he's vicious, but you can control him by saying stop, sit. People fear that. People fear that because why do you have so much control over this situation? And I think that's what the situation is, because the same reason that you have control over that pit bull or perceived control over the pit bull, because even you having your pit bull, you understand that I don't have control over this pit bull. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times people perceive that you have this control over them, and they don't like it. And they don't like it because they don't understand that when you do stuff with love, it's organic. It's all organic. It becomes a part of you. It becomes a part of you, and they don't understand it, so they don't want you to do that, and they don't want you to be in control. And that's why college coaches don't necessarily want the AAU coaches in there. That's why the NBA don't want the AAU coaches and everybody in there. You know what I mean? They don't want you to walk around the halls of the arena and be free because you become an entourage. You know what I mean? But if it's another person, their family. But when it's our kids, you're an entourage or hanger on or different things of that nature.
Coach, can I just interject, Coach? You just made me think of something. We had a guy in this city named Steve Trauber.
Mm-hmm.
Used to fly these kids around and take care of them, do this, move some of them in their house and the private planes. You had a guy in Dallas, Kenny, named Troutman, whatever his name. He flew Julius Randle and them all. He was called a philanthropist. But you are
if
a
I do
hanger on.
If I do the same thing, I'm gonna be called something different.
Coach, that's why I keep telling people about it's two different structures out here. It's a social structure, how they look at us,
right,
and a governing structure on how we look at each other. We got to just start looking at ourselves a lot better. You know, we just got to start looking at ourselves because we find ourselves talking negative about you and applauding them. Oh, he got a private jet, he got this, he got this, he got. I asked a guy the other day, and you can help me with this, Coach. I'm glad you're here. I said, man, why do these black dudes love this particular college white coach? I said, why they love him? Coach, I had to ask the question, Coach. And the guy said, well, Robert, well, he, you know, his financial situation, he do this for him, he do this for him. And I know we don't have nothing. Traditionally, a lot of us don't have nothing. People, you can be bought. It ain't nothing worse than a bought Negro to me. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I'll tell you myself, man. I was I've been a diehard Duke fan. I was diehard, like growing up, diehard Duke fan. Like when I play, I might touch the floor. Like
Me too.
Thing, like so, I was a Duke. Like when I see college friends and friends from elementary, like they'll ask me, like, "Do you still like Duke?" Like to this day. So that was my thing. But when it came time for Kevon to go, and Duke really wanted him, and they were recruiting Kevon, and I mean recruiting him heavily, coming to all our games and everything. I knew that wasn't the best situation for him, but I still didn't say anything. But you know, out of the respect and everything you do, Coach K never said a word to me. Not one word. He was at every game. Not a head nod.
Is that good or bad?
It's terrible.
That's terrible.
Terrible.
Not one word. Not a word. Not hi. Not. And I don't even want to talk to you in a manner or anything like that. But just not even to say hi. And I talked to one of his assistants. He said, well, Coach, he really don't deal with AAU coaches like that. He likes to talk to the high school coach. Oh, okay. That has nothing to do with you speaking and just introducing yourself and acknowledging that I've seen what you're doing with this player. You done watched me coach this person for 2 years. You done seen me everywhere. You could have said hi. I mean, even a hi, a head nod, a phone call, or anything of that nature. You know what I mean? and that showed me the perception, because that showed a degree of respect that you just didn't have. That was just a degree of respect that you didn't have for the situation.
Wow.
And that's just what I felt. And that's just what I felt. So, you know what I mean? I think that the NCAA has taught people that they're giving our kids more than what they're giving them. You know what I mean? It's been put up that you're getting this, you're getting this, you're getting that, but we giving the most. We giving the most. Kids right now go to college and they play on these circuits to get college scholarships so they don't have to pay for college. So at some point in time, somebody's paying for them. And yes, you companies might give some money, but it ain't that. It ain't that unless you top 10 teams in the country. Everybody else get a little bit of money, but we coming out of our pocket. Everybody know that. You coming out your pocket. So you really doing all this so somebody can go to a college so they can make it. And it's just a respect thing. Like, you know what I mean? When you have a person and you see that they're doing a good job, it's a respect thing. Not even a text to say, "Hey, coach, you had them boys playing hard." That's it. I don't want you to say anything like, "Hey, how you doing?" or nothing like this. But man, you had them boys playing real hard. That showed me that you feel like it's on a different level. It's not a respect level that you necessarily have for everything that's going on. You know what I mean? And even if you say, "Well, go ahead."
No, earlier you had mentioned Trey Jefferson, and you're saying that you mentioned even though Kevon Looney has been a pro with the Golden State Warriors, a world champion, more of your time is directed towards Trey Jefferson because just the fact that he's alive, just the fact that he's free, is a testimony. You care to elaborate, like, and also want to know, somebody texted me, one of the, I guess, Houston TSU fans, why did Trey Jefferson why did he leave and had 1 year left? Why did he leave and not finish out his career at TSU?
Well, to answer that one first, when Coach Davis left, they didn't renew his scholarship, so they didn't offer him to stay. They wouldn't allow him to stay there any further. So that's why he ultimately left there. His father was killed that year, and I guess they wanted to go in another direction. You know what I mean? The athletic director just wouldn't renew his scholarship, so they didn't want him to come back. So, so Trey comes from a hard home. You know what I mean? A single woman raised him. Along his grandmother raised him. His mom's mom raised him, and he had two brothers, and they've been incarcerated the whole time I've been coaching him, one back and forth and the other, and just had a hard life, man. A hard life, and a lot of issues that go on with living in the hood, and and that was his life. So I just think that he had a hard situation, man. But he fought through it, man, and Trey went to college and tried to do all that more so for other people than himself. You know what I mean? I think that we pushed him so much that he said, "Hey, I'm gonna do this." Like, I think that Trey used basketball as a social tool, so to be around us and the family, and that's what we were into. So that's what he was into. His God-given talent, like, it's just God-given. Like, he's some of the best that I've ever seen. Like, I think he is the best that I've ever seen up close or been around. Like, as far as scoring and doing different things, like, it's unbelievable. You know what I mean? And it just was a situation where, man, it was just always hard. He couldn't continue to stay and play on his high school team. He got kicked off his high school team. We had to figure out stuff. We had to send him to prep school. Like, it was just a hard road with him, to get him to where he could make it. You know what I mean? So, and it's a daily battle, man. But Trey, he's gonna be all right. He continue to do whatever he's doing. He'll be okay. Hopefully.
What is he doing now?
What are you doing now?
Basically, he's just in Milwaukee working.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So He actually is looking at possibly going to some schools this year, but he doesn't know what his eligibility situation is. He actually had 2 years left at the time when he left.
How many hours, Coach, he got left to graduate, Coach?
Last thing I want to say that he had 72 hours completed. I want to say 72 hours completed. So I think what is it, like 100 and something to graduate, maybe? I don't know what it was, but whatever. It's probably a year and a half at the most. So he's been looking at some NAIAs and some different things, and hopefully he'll get back into some of that stuff. He's also, like I've been helping him out right now. He's looking to, he want to do a group home for kids. So that's something else he's been expressing interest doing. So, I think that he might be good at that now. And, I just think that God puts us all in positions. And I think that Trey's ultimate position is going to be that he helps someone. So it probably wasn't for him to do something, but I think that one day he'll probably find somebody and hopefully help that person. Like I think that might be his ultimate calling. So, yeah.
Now, you mentioned about getting out the bed in the midnight hours to go and tend to a situation for a kid. A lot of people really may not understand what you meant by that. And without getting into, I'm not to say no names and no kids, but give us an example of something that had to get you out the bed to go and help resolve something.
I've had to go. I have a kid right now that I got that plays overseas. I had to go to his house in the middle of the night. He and his mom, he basically almost, I guess you jumped on his mom, grabbed her. They had an altercation. I had to go over there and check him. Get him off not on her, but like he done grabbed her and jacked her up and the whole thing. What's the name? And I was the one that was able to discipline him at that time. I had been coaching him a long time, and I think that he was very angry at that time. He had like some demons and some things going on within him, and she couldn't control him. Man, it was like a whole ordeal, you had to do that. And what's crazy about that is 2 weeks before, he had played on my team since 7th grade. This was in the 10th grade. He had started feeling himself. He had a child, and he had kind of got out of hand. And he went. We didn't have a tournament that weekend, and he went and played with the Nike team, and they just took him. They just took him to play for another team or whatever. So he went down there and played, and then he came back. And I told him, I said, well, you can't play with us anymore. So I was just really done with him. I had got a call at like 1 a.m, man. They were over there fighting. I had to go over there and chastise him, you know what I mean? But she couldn't call that Nike coach to come over there and do that. She had to call. See, people don't look at the whole respect and the whole matter of things. You get what I'm saying? Of everything that was going on. She had to call me over there to go help her. You know what I mean? And that was the different thing because we offer different services. And I'm not saying that the Nike coach was wrong. There's no disrespect.
Right.
But we offer different services. You get what I mean? Okay. And see, people got to understand the services that they need.
Yeah.
You see, you need that you need. Sometimes you need a different kind of situation for your make it. See, everybody be looking at the sprint. I got an 8th grader right now that I talked to, and I was asking, was he gonna play? He said he looking at his options.
8th grade.
He options because he's working on his brand. So you see what I'm saying? So,
Coach Ward, 8th grade.
I'll show you guys.
You shitting me.
I have to look at my options. I'm my brand. And I'm not even talking about a good 8th grader. I'm talking about a guy that comes off the bench on my 8th grade team. This wasn't even this ain't a good one. This ain't like a phenom. This is a regular 6'7" man on my 8th grade team.
So this has permeated the whole so you don't have to be great to talk about your brand.
Oh no, everybody has a brand.
Coach, everybody might have a brand as a violin player or something, Coach.
Yeah, everyone he has to look at his options, man. told me he had to look at his options. He had to, think about his brand, and that comes from these parents, man, not keeping their kids in reality. Like I would tell you, like I played basketball and I was decent. Decent. I mean, I was a starter on every team that I ever played, and I was decent. My dad never told me that I was good at basketball. You get what I'm saying? My dad wasn't. I'm talking about, oh, he's good. He could do this. He could do that. Like, nah, like that's not how it works. And so many different parents are out of reality and focus, man. It's just like Instagram has made a whole new world of everything. Like these kids want a mixtape more than they want to come home from winning.
So, Coach, when you don't hoorah with him because he done made 4 turnovers, you being negative. That was my son. Yeah, you being negative.
You're not being negative. Now you hating on him. Kid told me I'm hating. I said, hating on you? I said, so you thought I brought you all the way to Atlanta, Georgia, pay for your ticket? You didn't have no money for this trip, so I fed you this whole trip. I brought you down here with the intent on Saturday morning that I was going to hate on you.
Wow.
I wanted to hate on you for playing basketball.
Wow.
Like, is that what you thought? That I left my girlfriend and her, I could have been, and $5,000 of my money for a trip because we ain't got no shoe money this year yet. So, because of the shoe money came. So I spent my real money to come down here to last night take you to Texas Roadhouse, this morning take you to the Waffle House, to get you to this gym to hate on you. That's your whole rationale. I said, boy, if you don't go somewhere, I said, it don't make no sense, nothing you saying. Why would I want to do that? Man, I just want to play my game. Like, I want you to play your game too. I didn't want you to turn the ball over the last times in a row.
Coach, keep going, Coach. Coach, hold on, Coach. This the problem, Coach.
LeBron James.
Everybody want to be him, Coach. Go.
LeBron James.
Like people don't.
Hey man, it's really, really, really crazy.
Coach, if I said it, keep talking, Coach. Come on, keep on.
Nobody want to play their roles. And I tell everybody on our team, because Kevon sponsors our team, I had to tell them, like, man, Kevon Looney, man, set the most picks in the NBA. He gonna play the hardest on defense. The things that he hangs his hat on, like, is keeping him in the NBA. He'll be in the NBA now for the next 10 years, just because, one, you're a great guy. Yeah. You don't cause no problem. Stuff that you do, like I tell the kids all the time, you work on the stuff that you can control. I know I can go out here and defend. Kevon can defend the 1 through the 5 because he grew up with Trey Jefferson and they play one-on-one every day. So he can go hold whoever he needs to hold, and he can rebound and play hard. That's all you need to do. He'll be in the NBA just on the strength of being that. And he's comfortable being that. And he's not going to excel at being that. But you want to think that you got to get off, and your meaning of getting off is tainted. Everybody can't score like that.
I want to play my game. Coach.
And then and when you ask them what their game is, that's the question of what is your game? What do you do well? That's when you ask them that, then you got to find out what they do well, and that's tainted.
Wow.
It's just really, really, really fascinating. This is really people out there engaged. I'm gonna ask everybody out there right now, share the show right now.
Yeah.
To your timelines, to your hoop groups. If you're watching the YouTube feed, give us a thumbs up. If you're on the Facebook feed right now on the Chop Shop, if you would be so kind as to just share the show right now. There's somebody that needs to get some of this right now. I'm talking about on this Monday. And and we have Ward Jenkins. He's from out of Wisconsin. Started off with the Wisconsin Playground Warriors. Then it turned
nationally. We started off with the Playground Warriors. So we went to play on Playground Warriors. We were Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
Coach, how far
keep
you
going
from
with the evolution
Kenosha?
of it.
Say it one more.
How far you from Kenosha?
Probably 20 miles. Well, about 30 miles.
Okay. Okay. That's the home of Nick Van Exel. You
Tricky
know.
Nicky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Brandon is one. He's running for city council there. Brandon Morris.
Oh, Brandon. Okay, yeah, I know
Yeah,
Brandon.
he's a
Yeah.
friend. He used to live in Houston.
Oh,
With
did
Nick. Yeah,
I thought? Oh, did he? Okay.
yeah, but he's
Yeah.
back up there now. Yeah. So
Okay.
you ain't okay. You right down the street, but keep going.
I
What
went.
else you got?
I went to
Now,
school in Kenosha.
Oh,
So I went to college in Kenosha. I went to Wisconsin Parkside.
okay,
A
yeah.
division.
I know exactly what that is.
Yeah. So that's where.
now Herb asked on the screen, he said, ask Ward about the tournament where you guys played in T-shirts the first day and Adidas sent gear overnight because Trey Jefferson was playing so well.
Well,
that happened.
So my team. So my team. When they joke because I was they said I was the first person to have 3 shoe deals in 1 year. So what we ended up doing, like when Trey, when Trey and Kevon, they were good freshman year, and we were going to tournaments 9th grade, and we were losing Final Four, championship games, Final 8, and we would come home and they would be disappointed. It was so disappointing. Like it was almost like, man, we can't. It was just really weighing on the guys a lot that they couldn't get over the hump. So at that time, I had like 2 unsigned seniors that was playing 17U with some other kids. So I just told them, I said, man, you know what? We ain't playing 9th grade no more. We're gonna play 17U because I knew we could do the same thing. We could do Final 8 the same way. So you know what I mean? Stop going here, and then if we don't win, it's a disappointing weekend when y'all play well all weekend. So
Right.
So from that point on, they played 17U. So at that time, Merle was at Nike, and they wanted us to be they want us to stay under the Nike umbrella. We went to the EYBL qualifier, and we almost won. We ended up tricking off our first game, so we ended up having to play the Texas Pros and Marlin in them first Final Four. So we lost to them in the Final Four. So if we would have went the other way, we could have beat the team and probably played them in the championship, and both teams would have got EYBL deal. So that's what we were trying to do at that time. So after that, we couldn't get it. So we stayed independent. I couldn't find a deal. Then Under Armour came and they gave us jerseys and everything like that. So we were an Under Armour team, and we were one of their top teams in the country. So we went down there. We won Duncanville when they had the big tournament down there, and everything. And Under Armour was we came back up to re-up the next year going into their junior year. They just was not trying to give me no money like that. And the year before, we had went to the Under Armour event, and they had everybody's jersey up there. Keep in mind, we had just won Duncanville. They had everybody's jerseys on mannequins and didn't have our jersey up there. We were in Wisconsin at the Under Armour event. We were in Milwaukee.
Is that the year when what's his name? Quint Grimes then was playing, Jimmy?
No, that was Adidas did the same thing.
Oh, Adidas did the same thing. Oh, okay.
This was Twins came to Milwaukee. So this one the Defenders would be.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, you talking about Under Armour. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my kids, man, you know, Trey knocked over the mannequins, and it was a whole situation, man. So they after that, man, they said they refused to play in the Under Armour things no more. Under Armour gave us a big deal, and they didn't. And so we were playing in reversibles. So we were playing in reversible. We were playing in reversible jerseys, and we ended up talking to Reebok, and Reebok ended up giving us a deal and said, hey, this is what we're going to do. So we went to a couple of Reebok tournaments. They gave us jerseys. They gave us shoes. They gave us everything, but they didn't send the money. So we get to May. And they still didn't send the money yet. And that's when Adidas was like, hey, we want to come over. We want y'all to come over. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll come. We'll come over or whatever, because they in breach of contract. They didn't send the money or nothing yet. So we'll come over.
Okay.
But keep in mind, Adidas owns Reebok.
Mm-hmm.
So they got one internally, like, you can't take our team. We're gonna send the money. So they sent a check. So I was like, okay, they sent me a check. You know, I tried to cash the check and it bounced.
No, sir.
Bounced. So it bounced. So at that point in time, I was like, man, look, he sent me a check, it bounced or whatever. And they were like, oh no, we sent it from a different account and this. So then at that time, that's when we agreed to go with Adidas for the rest of the summer. But Adidas didn't have jerseys for us at the time.
Oh, I got you.
When we go to the event, we had
T-shirt.
We had our T-shirts and stuff.
Okay.
So, but then they jerseys the next day.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how it happened. Okay, from the outside, it looked like that happened, but that's exactly.
Yeah, it was already in the
plan. Okay, yeah.
A lot of moving pieces and stuff, and of course, a lot of moving pieces of this weekend. Because a lot of guys missed Ward Jenkins from Wisconsin. He's a longtime player in the grassroots scene. Also, as you just mentioned a while ago, you missed it, Kevon Looney with the Golden State Warriors. That's one of his more, I guess, notable, nationally known players, alumni of his program. He was the manager of Kevon Looney. And we were just taking a blast to the past and sharing some stories of the good old days and the good old days of yesterday and today. Now, this weekend, you're in Houston, C.E. King Middle School. The IMO Classic.
It's the middle school, Jimmy?
The middle school at C.E. King was the high school until January 2020.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Remember, they just built a brand new building.
Big old school. Okay.
The high school kept getting flooded. As a matter of fact, I met Sheldon ISD.
I remember.
They're flooding right now as we speak.
Your wife must have called and told you.
Yes, the teachers are trapped in the parking lot. You know, in one of the main teacher parking lot, they're stuck in there because of right on Tidwell, the flooding. So they built the new high school to offset a lot of that constant flooding, and they built it upward, so it's going to be it's lesser chance the new high school floods.
Okay.
So the middle school moved into that building, which has a state-of-the-art basketball facility they had just built in like 2016.
Yeah, because it got flooded.
Something like that.
Yeah, I remember it got flooded.
Yeah. It got flooded. Remember the floor we had it on the chop? The floor had buckled all up like
I ain't never seen that. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and they had to redo all that. So that was a state-of-the-art. But like this, they have one of those score clocks that has the slot for each player and the fouls and the score point totals while they're in the game. It's state-of-the-art in that place. And so that would be the location for this weekend. Now, what time is the action, and what are some of the teams that you have on deck?
So we got my team, Power 5. We out of Wisconsin. We got We All Can Go featuring Mikey Williams and Chris Livingston. We got 3D Empire featuring Anthony Black.
I like it.
And it's interesting about that. So I keep hearing about this. Well, I'll tell you about the other teams, and I'll tell you about Anthony.
Okay.
But Southern Assault.
Which one?
Southern Assault. We got Southern Assault.
Yeah.
We got New Orleans Elite. We got Midwest Basketball Club with Gabe Copes. He used to play with Bronny, so his Instagram, he got like 400,000 followers on there, and people follow me. He's pretty good. And so we just trying to put it all together. We got Rashard Lewis team. What are they?
RL9. RL9.
And I heard that they're really, really good. I haven't been able to see them play, but I appreciate them being a part of the event. And then we got that's pretty much it. Did I miss anybody? Jimmy.
I like that.
Pretty much, I wasn't counting them, but you got pretty much that's most of the field of
Right.
teams. And once again, what time would the action tip off and what days?
You got
Okay,
all
so
that?
it's 4 games per day, and it's
Oh.
a pay-per-view event. So we're doing a pay-per-view. So it's going to be a broadcast. So it's not going to be streamed like a lot of the tournaments are. It's going to have broadcast. And they're going to have announcers during the game. We're going to have in-game stuff at halftime. We're going to have sideline reporters. So it's going to be a whole event. So it's not just going to be a game where if you do something and you're just going to see the game and not, you're going to have announcers. It's going to be a whole pay-per-view event. So we're going to bring a whole event to Houston. It's 4 games each day. They start Friday. First game is at 6 p.m. Friday. Then it's 4 games, each hour and 20 after that.
Okay.
And then on Saturday, I think the games start at 11 a.m. And they'll be over 4 hours after that. And then on Sunday, it'll be, I think the game started at 11 again. And then it'll be 4 hours after that. And then the championship will be at 5 o'clock that evening on Sunday.
Oh, so it will be a championship, Coach. So,
it will be a championship. There will be a.
So everybody ain't no talking about I'm showcase. Showcase.
Yeah.
Everybody go in.
Everybody can win it.
Okay.
You come out of one person come out of this pool, the Ahmaud Arbery pool, and one person come out the George Floyd pool, and they're gonna play.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's a good thing. So now you mentioned the George Floyd, and one of the things I always got to ask you this question, or with George Floyd, of course, being in Houston this week, is we're up on the anniversary of the tragic death of George Floyd.
That's right.
Yeah.
And do you plan on doing anything or meeting with the family or donating, giving anything to the scholarship fund or something like that, rather than just throw his name out there? You planning on putting something on the wood?
Yes. So I definitely I want to reach out to the family and give them something for his daughter as far as the scholarship fund.
Right.
And then I'm also do a scholarship fund in his name through our organization to give to someone.
Man,
so we're gonna do. So I have to reach out to the family. I still haven't been able to get in touch with them yet, but I know Jimmy gonna help me with that.
Yeah, Jimmy got it. Yeah, we got
it. Oh, yeah. We got. Remember, one of his first cousins, who was visible in a lot of the in the media, was on the Yates High School basketball team that won state a couple of years ago, and so and that's a little woo, and I'll put you with him. And maybe he might be in town. He come on out and
right.
And coach, you remember that first team I told you I sponsored?
Yes.
Woo was on that team.
Okay, Woo was on that team. Okay.
Yeah, he was on that team too.
Now also I'm reading right now. Of course, it's raining real bad for guys that I see guys all over the country that are watching the Chop Shop right now, and so my stream is hindered because of the weather is so bad. I'm surprised. And earlier on the show, if you tune in, my office, water actually came into my office.
Yeah.
And so I was out there getting towels and everything, putting down. Water was actually in the office, and still in the office right now. Where I didn't even move out. So I'm right here with, and you can probably hear the water. I'm hitting the feet, hear the water going everywhere. But this is a hell of a day. But this weekend, people want to know how to obtain tickets. What can they do?
So to obtain tickets, it's gonna be an Eventbrite put up right when I leave off the show. So we wanted to drop it first here on the Chop Shop. So we had to wait to let everybody know this is the first thing that people are hearing about it. So after this, the promo will stop. It will be on my Instagram. It will be on Mikey's Instagram. It's gonna be everywhere. We're gonna plaster it all, and then you'll be able to have all the info on there, all the Eventbrites to buy the tickets. If you're not in town, the pay-per-view, the way you can watch the games. It's gonna be something special.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
And what's your Instagram? How do they find you?
My Instagram is Rebel Ward, REBELWARD. Rebel Ward.
And Coach, what about the pay-per-view? How we get the pay-per-view?
The same thing. It will all be on there. It will
On
be
that.
all
Okay. Okay.
And you can go to SUV TV, and it'll be on SUV TV, and that's what the pay-per-view is through, and they'll be doing a broadcast, man. It's a brother and his wife out of Florida, man, and they do an excellent job.
Awesome.
They did watch the Allen Iverson Classic.
Yeah.
They did that, and they are awesome. I am so appreciative to them, and they do a great job. So you know what I mean, it's important that we help our people and we work with our people, and that we can big up our people. You know what I mean, especially doing a good job. You know what I mean.
Wow.
Because
that's awesome.
As long as I'm around, Ty gonna go to the runner, and that runner gonna be the black man. So
hello. You own it, Doc.
And once again, so this event is a black operated event.
Yes.
Right. Just want to make sure we put it out there. So some people may understand it's not many events out there that you'd be surprised. You look around the room, there are not many events where the people are bringing in national teams that are black operated.
Right.
That's, I don't know what it may not mean. Sometimes for some of you guys, it may only be February when it means something to you, when we say something of such magnitude. And it doesn't have to be that way. Once again, in Houston this weekend, only 4 games each day, which is very convenient. That way nobody's stuck in the gym all doggone day. And it's going to be broadcast. Now, somebody asked, I had a college coach just text me. He said, will they be able to watch the games? And if so, how?
SUV-TV. Excuse me, Coach. SUV-TV.
They're going to be able to watch it, and they're going to be able to get that coach's packet, too.
Oh, y'all got a packet on there, too.
Yeah, we're going to have that packet on there.
Damn, Coach. Y'all doing your whole thing down there.
We want the coaches to be able to follow along and see what's going on now.
Okay. I can't wait.
And of course, the packet, what all does a packet consist of? So a lot of people that may not understand what goes into, because not every event during this time have a coach's packet.
That's right.
But a lot of them do. Okay. So what is in a coach's packet? Because the parents and the fans, general fans, will not be privy to that intel. What is in a packet?
Basically, just all the information on the player, his height, his high school, the things he's doing, how to get in touch with him, so you can make sure that the coaches the college coaches can get in touch with them and get in touch with their coaches and everything.
Coach, have you tied with, other than Jimmy, what about the amateur media? The guys that talk about the event so much. Have you hooked up with a lot of the guys in the local area?
Not in the local area, I haven't. So I need Jimmy to do that for me in the next couple of days, so we can reach out to some of the guys in the local, more national people that I have hooked up, and they're gonna be promoting the situation. But I definitely want to reach and contact everyone in Houston. You know what I mean? That's why I got with Jimmy. Jimmy the mayor.
Oh yeah.
So I ain't gonna come in the city without talking to the mayor. You get what I'm saying? And so
the right one.
Yeah, and it's important. And it's important that when you come in someone's city, you do break bread with the people that are there with you. You eat with them, you fellowship with them, you talk with them, and hopefully they can do the same. You know what I mean? Like the young people call it checking in, which is fine. You know what I mean? And that's what you're supposed to do. Right. When you're in the city, because if I'm in your city and I don't check in, then I call you at 2 a.m. You don't know to be on alert. Something that happens to me. Now I need you. Call you, you know what I mean? But if I had called you earlier in the day, to keep your ringer on at night. So if I had to call at 2 a.m. and you can come help me, you know what I mean? And that's just how it helps. That's how we keep our network with it. AAU is a big family, man. Right. It's a big, and you want to continue to do that, man, and continue to see people doing well. It's funny, man, because like so many different things that we deal with now. that I hadn't had to deal with in the past. So being with Kavon the past 5 years, I was out there, so I just kind of just made sure that the teams got to where they needed to get to, put the money up. This year I started back coaching because one of the kids asked me to coach him. One of our better kids, he's a freshman, and he's very, very good. So he asked me to coach. So I decided that I was going to coach him and get him through it. So, but saying that, just going back to what Jimmy asked me, like some of the new things that we deal with now that people wouldn't understand is recently. 2 weeks ago, and I'm not gonna say no names or but I had a kid on my 8th grade team. This is gonna blow y'all mind. On my 8th grade team, where they put out a video of this kid with a male oral sex with another male.
Whoa, stop, Coach, stop. Repeat this again.
My 8th grade team had a kid on there. They put out a video of him oral sex with another male, and then come to find out that the male was 24 years old.
No,
that's right.
That's right. That's right. So we had to go through
child pornography. But keep going.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people were posting it and doing all this stuff, and we had to deal with that. Like, we got to make sure that he can do counseling. We have to make sure that we can go through him talking with his father, and his father was looking for the person to do. Yeah. And you know what I mean? And those are the situations that people don't know that took a whole week of my life up. You get what I'm saying? Dealing with that. You get what I mean? Man. And keep in mind, this kid on my 8th grade team, he don't even get that much time. Like, he is on the 8th graders. This 8th graders now. He doesn't get no time. He's just on the team like he's a decent player. You get what I'm saying? But people don't understand that when you're dealing with inner city kids and the different things that you have to go through to help them out and go through all the situation, it's very big. You know what I mean? And that was one of the tougher situations that I had to go through, you know what I mean? Because it's so much on so many different levels, you know. First of all, you 8th grade, you shouldn't be doing no sex. So
thank you, Coach.
If it was whatever kind of sex, it shouldn't be no sex. And the second level, it shouldn't be filmed. You know what I mean? So now we got to talk to you about so many different things on every different level of everything that's going on. You know what I mean? And it's just different times, man. You know, it's different times. So, and then, now we got to talk. We got to have you talk to your teammates and see how they feel about that. Because we don't want, them teasing you or being mean to you, disrespecting you. You know what I mean? And it's just so much, man. There's so many different dynamics and different layers to that situation, man. So it's just a really, 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 really crazy situation, man. So, you know what I mean? And that's what people understand, like the stuff that you connected to, the stuff that you have to deal with, and kind of make sure that you are a part of. Because I could have easily been like, oh, man, I do NBA, man. I ain't finna be dealing with no. But I don't have that. I don't get that luxury because when you in it, you all the way in it.
Yes, sir.
You get what I mean? From the best player to the player that ain't the worst player. I'm in it.
That's right.
So, you know what I mean? Like, I got a phone call from my cousin who's a teacher at one of the schools and said one of my players was acting up. This kid only came to tryouts and practiced with us for a week. He never even was on the team. You know what I mean? So now I have to go meet with her, re-put him back on the team and say, hey, we're going to help this kid out. You get what I'm saying? So it's just so many different dynamics to it because people expect you to be able to help these kids. And that's what we got to do. It take a village. You know what I mean? So, yes, we worried about the NBA and the college but we still got to be worried about the community.
Got to worry about these babies, man, because it's
Yeah,
some predators out here, man. It's
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Wow.
So you know, man, it's just a different dynamics, man, with everything that's going on. So you know, what I mean, it's so many different dynamics to like with my player, my freshman. I was telling you about Tayshawn Bridges. You know, he's one of the top freshmen in the country. I'm expecting him to come in at top 5 or, you know, what I mean, definitely top 10. You know, what I mean, hopefully top 1 when the rankings come out. But you know, now with all these different things, and now I'm talking to a freshman about professional basketball, where if you know we were Ryan Times 10 years ago, we was just talking to him about hopefully we can get your first offer.
Yeah.
He got 6 to 10 offers already.
If he that good, we got it. We got to
You
work.
get what I'm saying? So time change. So here I'm talking to someone who can possibly go to overtime. Overtime talking to him about coming and playing with them, being approached next year or this year or G League or NBA. Here I'm talking to this kid about being raped and this. Here I'm talking to this other kid about being in trouble in school. It's the dynamics of it's so broad when you're dealing with the community and different things, and you just have to have the resources to deal with these kids.
Yes, coach. Yes.
You know what I mean? So, and that's just my method. You know, some people some people just deal with good players, and that's cool. And that's what we got to get to. Like, we can't look down on them because they don't offer them services.
Right.
We don't go to McDonald's and say, man, y'all ain't nothing. Y'all don't offer steak. We don't do steak. We don't do steak here. It's okay. It's okay. You want to go to steak, you go to steakhouse.
That's right.
We don't do Chinese food here. The Chinese people do the Chinese food. That's okay. You go to a Chinese restaurant.
I respect
you know
that.
what I mean? And that's what we have to do is deal with the respect. So if you only deal in that, you deal in that. Yeah. And I respect. But I deal in something else. You know what I mean? And so that's where it becomes a problem when people want to deal with the good players, but don't want to deal with their baggage. You get what I mean? Want to deal with the good players, but you don't want to baggage. You want to take this good player and say, oh, don't play with that team because they don't do this and they don't do that. Where you have to respect the fact that this kid needs different services. You get what I mean? If you go to a doctor, a regular, they're going to send you to a foot doctor. They're not going to say, stay over here, let me try to treat you. No, go to the foot doctor. You know what I mean? And that's where we in AAU, and especially us as Black men, got to be honest. Like, man, I really don't do all, man. This kid is what's name. Like when there's a troubled kid, like when I wasn't doing AAU, I used to be at the barbershop and kids and a friend of mine, so you'd be like, man, this kid needs you, man. Go get this kid, man. He a troubled kid. Like, you can save him. Like, that's what they come to me about. You get what I mean? That's what they come to me. I know you could deal with him. They got him playing on this other team. He wilding out. He wouldn't do that with you. So you need to go get him. That's what people, you get what I mean? And us as coaches, we got to be the same way. You know what I mean? Hey, man, I got this kid. Like, I'm going to have to sacrifice and let this kid go right here because I know he needs the other services. But not take this and just say, oh, man, the mom's crazy. Yeah, the mom got a lot of stuff going on. She in the hood. She trying to feed her kids. She got... Like, I got a parent right now, you know, they out their household. You know what I mean? They out their household right now. She tell me, man, besides this one that you worried about with basketball, I got 6 more over here I'm worried about. So basketball, smashball, it's 6 more of them over here, not just him. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, and that's the thing, man. Like, certain people offer certain services, man, and it's important that we respect that.
It's a good way to put it, Coach. That's a good way to put it. It might not be for the Houston Hoops. This kid might need to be at the Raptors.
And I don't want to say Houston Hoops. I don't know what they're doing or what.
No. I'm just me talking.
Oh, okay.
A kid might not, because I see this happening in Houston. I'm just
Right.
taking your parallel and put it in Houston. This guy
Right.
might need to be over there with Hurd
Right.
and Team Swift. This guy
Right.
might need to be over there with the defender. He don't need to
Right.
be over here. And it's okay.
It's okay.
It is okay with stuff. Man, he took my guy. No, he got services that will help that kid a little bit better
Right.
than over here. Cause you ain't finna go bail him out of jail.
Right. I'm
Dude
not gonna
will.
get-
You follow me?
Right. And that be the whole thing. And not only that is you'll have this kid on this team and you got another team of kids with two parents and now they looking down on this kid. This kid is a problem. You know what I mean? So you have these kids, you be putting these kids in situations where they become a problem to other people.
Wait a minute, hold up. Did you say kids with two parents?
Yeah.
They are how do they be a problem?
No. I'm saying you will have the kid, you know, you will have a team and their whole team is comprised of people with two parents, but then you take the hood kid and put him on that team.
Oh,
And
gotcha.
now he becomes
Gotcha. Gotcha.
problem.
He might
you know
steal.
what I mean?
Hey, he might steal their iPhone or their headphone. I'm telling you, it didn't happen before.
Right.
It didn't happen before. On Mother's Day. It didn't happen to my son.
And that's the thing. People gotta, you know what I mean, know what you're dealing with and know how you working with situations and everything, man. Coach, it be the stuff that you deal with these kids. It be so much. Like it's this AAU season, man. Getting back in it, man. I done had some adventures already, and it's just early on, man. Just dealing with these kids and getting back into the swing of things and understanding everything that's going on with them. Like, man, it's a total new dynamics. You know what I mean? And the dynamics becomes hard because they don't see basketball as an avenue to make it. You get what I mean? Like before our kids 10 years ago, they saw basketball as their ticket. Now, basketball is a social situation. It's not their ticket anymore. It's where I see there's a social component to it. You get what I mean?
Being cool?
Oh yeah, it's a social thing. It would be cool. I'm be interactive. I'm not trying to do this. And you have a few that think that they're gonna go to the next level, but that's not what they really trying to do like that. So yeah, that's a different thing.
Coach, you giving me a lot of nuggets that I'm gonna share over the next 2 or 3 months about this. Yeah. So it's some kid. My son them told me a long time ago, and I thought they were playing with me. They said, Dad, there's some dudes on the team just want to be on the team just to say he's on the team.
They say I'm on the team. I just identify with that. I don't really want to play basketball. I had a couple kids in this 17U. They don't even trip about getting in the game. It ain't an issue. What? It ain't
So Ward, okay, that's what I needed right there. That description is what describes what a lot of times we see with some of the white kids that are walk-ons in college. The walk-ons, they're okay. They just want to be part of the team. They're okay with not playing. They're okay with waking up at 5:30 in the morning.
That. We can't afford. We got to be trying to do something.
No. I mean, no. I ain't talking about economics. I'm talking about if you're in that role. If you're in that role, they. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
But you gotta still remember that our kids don't want to go to college because they can't play their game. You get what I mean? So the ones that go there, they expect to go get off. Like my cousin is the head coach at Grambling, and he's so hands on with the kids there. He got kids that don't play for him that are talking about they think they going overseas next year.
And they don't even play on the team.
You don't get in the game. He had one game last year. They lost to Texas Southern the final game. He had a kid that had 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists. 4 fouls and talking about he thought he was going overseas.
Coach,
He had this same kid. This is how lost these kids are. This same kid, they were on a road trip to California, and they were in a hotel, and they were coming back from eating. They had checked in a little earlier, and they were coming back from eating. And the kid was walking through, 7-foot kid too. He walking behind the coach. Coach was on his way to the room. He said, "Where you going? What you got going?" So that kid walk a little bit further. You all right, big fella? You cool? I can't find my room. Do you know what room I'm in? Nah, I don't know what room you in. Who you roommates with? Call your roommate. Can you find out what room? Like, no problem solving skills. Like, and I said, the fast forward time they were talking about the overseas. I said, you really had a conversation? I said, this is the same person that couldn't find his room in a hotel. You think he gonna find his way overseas?
he's 7 foot though. That's why he think he can go though.
Even if he was good, like, you can't find your way around a hotel. Like, what are you talking about? And it just be these stories after stories, man, that just show me that kids are just in such of a fantasy world now with their parents. Like,
hold up, coach. Coach, these parents get mad when but see, they don't understand. I'm a parent too, so I've been there. But we parents got to take the responsibility. Hello, coach, the parent gonna take all the damn credit.
Now I'm gonna get y'all broadcast that down right here.
Come on.
The gift and the curse.
Okay.
In our community.
Okay.
Is the single mother parent.
Come on. Come on.
She wants to take care and coddle. These kids are coddled so bad that they don't have nothing that to empower them, to strike them. And the second part of that is these boys is up under these women and they don't have no man figure. That woman become their hero. Yeah. That's why these boys start to emulate. Yeah. I start to emulate. I start to want to be like that.
Yes.
Is the one that done provided for me. She's the strongest thing I know. So I become attracted to that. I become attracted to that in the sense where I want
that femininity. That femininity. Yeah.
So I want to be like that. You get what I'm saying?
That's a good point, coach. That's a good point.
And that's where our boys are tailored to. So you know what I mean? Like I saw a 10th grade mom bend down and tie her son's shoe.
No, coach.
She tied his shoe. Tied his shoe. 10th grade. Tied his shoe. But that's how it's crazy because these women, they want to coddle these boys and make up for the things that they don't have, that they don't have. You know what I mean?
Right.
They be hard on these girls. That's why these girls got egos now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They hard on them girls now. They gonna be tough on them girls and try to make them girls strong, but they don't do that to them boys.
So you say they've been over-mothered and under-fathered?
Well under-fathered. And they just don't. And then they don't do good with discipline after that. You know what I mean? Like, man, even, you know, and it's just the nature of everything that's going on, where they can't get up now. You know, they can't get up. Like, I never had to go wake my kids up.
No,
wake them up for.
That's a good point. No, I never had to.
I never had to do that.
No, that's a good point, Coach.
Coach at Grambling had kids this past year miss the bus to go to shoot around. This in college. And when he talked to the mom, said he ended up leaving the kid. And when he talked to the kid's mom, well, you wouldn't have left such and such. That's my best player. I probably wouldn't have left him. Life ain't fair.
Hey, and people was mad because the Houston Rockets talking about the plane ain't gonna leave without James Harden. He said, "Hell no, it ain't gonna leave without James.
Ain't gonna leave without him. We ain't going nowhere without him."
Daniel House missed that plane. What happened to the plane? Daniel House.
You better get his own way there.
You better find your way there. And that's just the thing that they think it is fair and life is fair and they ain't cheating. Like life ain't fair.
Wow.
Life ain't fair. It's not fair, and we got to get to the point.
We got some more work to do, Coach.
We got a lot of work.
We got a whole lot of work to do, Coach. And we
got a
try.
lot
And of course, they are applauding you on both platforms.
Yeah, they're applauding you, Coach.
Dr. John Newsom says, "Great work, Coach." Sonia, she gives you praises a while ago, and
guess what Marissa said, Coach? Get what Marissa said, Coach. The boy might have had a cramp. That's why the mama was tired of shooting.
and
man,
she says much respect that you're a special person.
What you say, Coach?
I'm court not coaching, man. The other tournament I was coaching, some slid by my feet. I jumped up in the air. I didn't know. I thought it was a rat in the gym or something. Yeah, it was the mom had shot the Gatorade, shot a Gatorade bottle across the court so her son could get the thing went by my feet.
Mama, why didn't you go buy 12? How many people on you? Mama, go get 10 Gatorades. Don't just send one, Mama.
Well, whenever
it's a different game now. Them parents ain't.
Coach,
ain't.
I used to do that,
right
Coach.
They need to come at.
Hey, that's a whole different league where they playing in, Hannah.
Okay. I'm sorry, Coach.
That's a whole different league, different tournament where those type of parents go.
My bad.
Them parents there that you see go bring all the snacks with the bananas in the Ziploc bags and the fruit. They're not on the travel ball circuit.
I forgot.
Not. I mean, I'm not saying they aren't anybody, but not in wholesome. You don't see those parents no there.
My bad.
It's all about my baby. Get my baby. If you think I'm joking, watch where most of the parents are seated at the games. You can tell the camaraderie when you see the group of parents that are seated together and probably wearing their support shirts. We had like the Houston Hoop Stars would keep right them back in the days. You can, and they're not. I'm just singling them out. They were one of the first of the new school that did it. They're not the only one, so I'm not going to single or slack anybody else. But you can tell if you pay attention to the stands.
Yeah, you
can tell. Think about this: there are parents right now that don't even sit together. Ain't that right, Robert? when the kids are playing.
I ain't never sit with my son's mother ever.
You know, and
I like to sit by myself though, man. But Jimmy, Coach, I like to sit by myself when my son played. Because I used to think everybody was against me and him. So I didn't want to hear nobody talking. I don't want to hear nobody saying nothing to me. I was at war, Coach. When I'm at war, I'm focused. I don't need nobody. Rah. Now I'm up there like this here. Hey, homeboy, give them what they come to see. Give them what they ask for. That's all. Give them what they ask for.
But I mean, it's just a different time, man. It's a different time. You know, and everybody, everybody just want to be heard, man. But now, you know, the respect level of what people think that you should accept. Now, man, I see parents talking to coaches and like coaches is you know, man, like getting paid millions of dollars, like you know what I mean? If I take your son and take him across the country and to take him to different places to play a basketball tournament, that in itself deserves a certain amount of respect.
Yes.
Just a certain amount. So to a point where we can't go no further and we don't get along, just on a simple fact that I've done that, the respect level should be, hey, we can't do this no more. We're going to go to another team, but I appreciate you. You get what I mean? It has to be at that level of respect that, hey, this was where we were at. This is now we move forward, but we got to go to this, and we just got to get back to that simple respect level, man. Like certain things demand respect. If a person take any time with your child, that's just demand respect.
Thank you.
That just demand respect. Like I was telling, like somebody told me recently, they asked me, was me and Kevon into it? First of all, me and Kevon is close as everything, but in no way, shape, or possibility could we ever be into it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With the exception of him, my mom just passed away, so he would have to slap my sister or rape my niece for me and him to get into it. Anything else, we just walk away. It ain't. How do we, after we done did all this, get into it? There's no way for us to get into it. What can we possibly get into it about? You know what I mean?
God, Coach.
And people don't understand the levels of things that demand respect. Like people don't respect the things that people do. They don't respect people's time. They don't respect the caring that people did. Like certain things just demand respect. All the ways to respect. Like the utmost respect. There is no possible way that me and him could get into each other. Could we lose track of each other? Could we not talk to each other as much? Yeah. But for us to actively be into it, there's no possible way. There's none. There's nothing you could do.
That's a great point, Coach. That's a great point.
And people don't have the values and the different things to respect the respect level for that to happen. Like at the point that we now, like, man, if you don't do nothing to my family or you don't do something, like, how we get into it? There's no way. And we got to have that respect as parents, man. If somebody takes time out with your child, and they could have been the worst coach in the world. They could have taught him all the wrong places to be in the zone. They could have not let him shoot. But if they took the time out, that demands a level of respect.
That's
Some
awesome,
level.
Doc. That's awesome. That's awesome. Jimmy,
Hey,
slide
man,
down. Let's slide this thing down.
We can go on all day. We in extreme overtime on this Monday right now. See, one thing about it, look here, Ward Jenkins. You just see right now. This is the chop shop, and understand something. This is a very rainy day where the stream is fragmented in many parts of Houston, and a lot of people can't watch it like they normally want to because of the weather. But one thing about the chop shop, it ain't nothing like it in the country. We here every day, Monday through Thursday from 12 to 2 Central Time. And and I don't know if you were able to or not, but I think the comments used to be able to see the comments as you are on the screen. They would be on your right. You had a little eyeball, and I'm not sure
he's on his cell phone, Jimmy. I don't know if it works on the cell phone.
Yeah, I can't see it on here.
Yeah. You listen.
Because remember Chris Walker and myself, we aren't able to see him ourselves since last week. There's some type of bug they were trying to fix in the.
Is it back today, Jimmy?
Network. Is it back? And so, but anyway, no, can't see him at all.
Okay. All
day today. But anyway, I can see him on the actual Facebook on the other monitor, and I can see him on the YouTube on the other monitor individually. They're not in that thing. It will be condensed together. But we want to definitely thank you for coming and joining us today and chopping it up with us on the Chop Shop. This show, hopefully you're able to share and spread the word. One day we'd like in the future when get Kevon Looney on and take a walk through his journey and share his journey, of coming out of Wisconsin and going and playing at UCLA alongside one of the kids that's from H-Town that was on that roster with him, Warner Bell. Warner Bell was a reserve. Remember, Warner Bell was one of those kids.
He's from the Bahamas, man. So we got to get to the bottom of that. Him
from the Bahamas? Yeah. He from the Bahamas, but he came over here. This is how he got to UCLA being here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because we used to talk to Warner.
And Walter Yates used to coach Warner Bell at one of the schools that he was at. I think at Warner's last college, and he's in the boom room in the feed right now. But yeah, one of those kids that they were talking NBA. You know, I'm going one and done, and people don't realize how hard that task is. Yes, you remember that, Hatter. You hear no chatters around H-Town. You know.
Why do you to play on our team too, Jimmy? Come on,
yes,
Jimmy.
he played. He was a franchise all-star.
Yeah, come on. He played. Come on, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I heard all that stuff. I just never
Yeah,
listened
okay. I
to
wanted to
it.
make sure you were. So that's, but once again, man, don't forget, guys, this weekend, the IMO Classic will take place at C.E. King Middle School.
Yeah.
And this afternoon is about to be a social media blast with the information, how you can get tickets, the teams, the schedule, all that you guys will be getting. And that, once again, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at C.E. King Middle School. That's the school. That's the old high school that you guys may have known for many years, the C.E. King High School. That's now the middle school. So that will be there. And you guys come on out and check out the action. A lot of teams from around the country, a lot of the top players around the country. About how many players in there are ranked amongst the top 50 nationwide?
1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 top 10. And so top 50.
4 top 10s in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, four top 10. And then in the top 50, we would have to have 10, I think. Yeah, I think 10.
Okay.
Well, that's, hey, man, guess what? It's worth it. Memorial Day weekend in H-Town. Going to be a DJ in the place. Going to be a live atmosphere. It's going down. It's going to be kind of a little little tournament. So that means not just showcase game. There will be a champion, and I think that championship game is tentatively scheduled for about 5 p.m. on Sunday afternoon, the championship game. So that means if you win, you got a chance to play anybody. If you win. And that's just how it pretty much goes. Just keep winning. And if you want to play a certain team on it.
Yeah, so I definitely wanted to have a championship, man. I'm tired of these showcase things. Like with my players, man, like I told them, like after our last tournament, like we weren't playing showcase no more because you just lead these tournaments and people, oh yeah, we went 2-2, and it became okay to lose games because there's another tournament next week. But lose on Saturday in them tournaments and you don't play on Sunday, people gonna know it. So you gonna have your pride. Like it started to lose the pride. Like the kids wasn't taking no pride in playing in these games anymore, these showcase games. And I got tired of it. Like just going to play and you had, even the coaches like, hey, coach, how y'all do this weekend? Oh, we played pretty well. We went 3-1. Like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Like, it don't mean nothing. Did you win a championship? Was you in the Final Four? Did you play on Sunday? You know, we got a thing with us, you know what I mean, that if you don't play on Sunday, it's back to the drawing board. Like, we always play on Sunday, no matter what. If you don't play on Sunday, it's something wrong. Like, so that's my whole program. Like, Loon will have a fit if we don't play on Sunday.
I like that, coach.
So as we get ready to land, I want to leave you one question. What are your thoughts of the coach out there who tries to portray the narrative and say, well, we're a sneaker sponsor program, but we ain't worried about winning. We just worried about showcasing.
I don't how can I put that? I mean, I'm a sneaker program, but I'm worried about winning. But I'm going to make sure that I'm going to do everything in my power to do right by the kids on top of that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I got the kid that I had to put on my team, you know, keep him out of trouble, but I'm not going to start him. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? I'm not going to make him disrupt what the other guys got going on who could make it and could possibly make it. So when you say that they're not worried about winning, they're just worried about showcasing, I just think that why are you doing it for? That's why I don't want to do the showcase games. Like, if we don't teach them how to go and figure out how to win, then we're not teaching them how to win in life. See, the thing about this is we got to teach them how to be winners and work with this team to figure out how they can become the team. You know, I always give my kids a speech every year that, you know what I mean, you don't get a lot of opportunities to be a part of greatness in your life. You know what I mean? And you have to strive for greatness. First and foremost, you got to make sure that you make up that's what you want to be. So, you know what I mean? Somebody got to be the best team in the country, and that should be us. So we want to be the best team in the country. And so that's what we strive for. And like I told my 9th graders and my 8th graders, like, I don't want y'all to be the best 8th grade team in the country. I want y'all to be the best 17U team in the country. So that's what we're working. We're working. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. See, a lot of people want to sprint. I want y'all to, we don't be gonna work. We're gonna work. And then I always used to use the term Vegas, but you know, it's not no I want to win Vegas when you're 17U.
Me too.
So that's when we was the best.
Yeah.
We worked to the end and we won Vegas at 17U, and that's when we knew we was the best. You know what I mean? And so, you know, Kevon and them was my only team that really bought into that, because we went all the way, and then 17U and Adidas Vegas, we lost in the championship. And they say, man, we did all we could. We got as close as we could. That was our goal. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. I think winning is important, to teach them how to win and how to figure out how to win. You know, a lot of time people give these kids an out and say, oh, we don't got enough. We didn't have enough. Like, no, we got enough. We just have to figure out how to make it work. You know what I mean? Because I done seen enough. I done seen people take 4 guards and go to the finals. You know what I mean? I done seen DJ Augustine and Tasman Mitchell, them two and nobody else, and go do everything they needed to do against all the best teams. So, you know what I mean? And seeing DJ Augustine play perfect games, not turn the ball. I'm talking about perfect. I seen you play perfect game, 2 perfect games. So I've seen it, you know what I mean? So that's what they need to figure out how to win. So winning is important, you know what I mean? So I think that I wouldn't agree with that.
Okay. Jimmy, let's get out of here, baby.
So that's it, man. Of course, once again, guys, thanks so much. Ward Jenkins, great convo. You dropped plenty of nuggets. Hey, man. And once again, how can they follow you on social media? I mean, on the Instagram, to get this big announcements or get all of the intel later on this afternoon.
At Rebel Ward. So REBELWARD, man. I appreciate it, man. I love to be back on whenever you guys can bring me on, man. Like, man, this is a great platform, a great situation.
And of course, guys, we want to thank you guys for watching. I want to give a shout out up to Dallas, the DFW, for the legendary Poe Bill Patterson, the Pro-Am King of the DFW area, is watching the Chop Shop right now. Well, the DFW. Poe Bill, what's happening up there? And of course, you know, you never know who's watching the Chop Shop and from around the country. One day we'll get Poe Bill on the Chop Shop, and that'll be one hell of a blast to the past to talk about some old Pro-Am days up in DFW and all of that in the TAAF. I think that was the organization that they played up under for the state championship, regional championships. But that's good. But meanwhile, thanks so much, Ward Jenkins. This weekend, of course, I'll definitely be in the building. You guys stay tuned. And, of course, we have more sport.com as well as our sports. We will have – I kind of hiccup. Did I hiccup, Adam?
Yeah, that's all right. Come on. Yeah. That's all right. You hiccuped up, but these are we know what you're talking about.
RCSsports.com. RCSsports.com. We will have intel about the IMO Classic this weekend. We'll post that for you guys in the morning, so you can stay tuned for that. Meanwhile, go by there. Check out today's VIP news with the recaps from the Doug's Dozen Classic this past weekend, as well as some other info. Check and see who's in the grassroots portal this week. We have that in the VIP news, something new, and that is a whole nother topic. The grassroots portal around H-Town. And in Houston, it's in there right now in the VIP news, and that's something else, whole nother topic. We'll say it for next time. But once again, on behalf of Robert Haller, myself, Jim Hicks, we want to thank you guys for watching. It's time to slide down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing on this Monday. We'll see you in 22 hours. Well, hell, in 21 hours now. Yeah. Peace. We up out of here. All right. Chop shop.
We out, baby.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter, you are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro, let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the chop shop. We in the chop shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the chop shop. We in the chop shop, we live in the chop shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the chop shop.